start recording, but yeah, I think I know what was wrong with my webcam. So I was having a look through the Amazon reviews to see, has anyone else really dealt with the issues I'm dealing with, because I've had it a year. It shouldn't really be being like strange and like turning off and on like this, but yeah, I looked through and apparently a few people have been having this issue that it's just like the wire connecting the webcam to my computer, the USB wire, that's just kind of dodgy. And I kind of fixed it. I don't know how long this will take. I don't know how long this fix will take. I'm gonna show you how I kind of fixed it. So this is kind of my setup, right? So 2 monitors, and then we have my desk, and like my computer tower, right? So, and then I always put my webcam on this monitor here, on my second monitor. I always put it on that one here, right? So what I would always do beforehand is I would connect it and the wire would go behind my second monitor, just would like loop behind, would like I'd plug it in like before every stream. I don't always have it constantly plugged in so it doesn't like overheat or something, and I don't really need to use it, so I don't need to keep it connected. And I always put the wire, I don't know if you can see the wire, but you can't see the wire, but yeah, the wire is currently in front of my second monitor at the moment, but I used to have it's long enough so I can like loop it behind my second monitor, and that would always make it like freak out. So what I started doing is just putting it, instead of putting it behind my monitor, I will now put it in front. I'm just gonna take a photo of my setup at the moment to explain what I mean. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this though, because of my... Okay, you can kind of see it. There's the wire there. There's the wire in front of my... Oh, thank fuck. I don't think that dogs me. I was like, oh, that didn't... Luckily, it only showed the top bit, so hopefully that didn't dox me. Okay, come on. There you go. But yeah, you can see the wire in front of my monitor. So yeah, I'm putting my phone here. But yeah, that is what basically happened. What am I gonna say? I don't know. I think it's best we get into Apollo Justice. We're starting Turnabout Time Traveler today, the last case of the Apollo Justice trilogy. So yeah, let's get into it. So not load game, because it won't let us select Turnabout Time Traveler. It'll just let us go from Turnabout Revolution. So yeah, game selection. So we have to do what we did for Dual Destinies, and what was this case called? I do not remember what that case was called. Turnabout something. I don't remember what it was called, but I remember really liking the special episode for Dual Destinies. However, in terms of Larry's characterization, I have not heard good things about this episode. So yeah, I think it's time we start Turnabout Time Traveler. So it looks like this looks like a Phoenix episode. We've got Phoenix, we've got Edgeworth, we've got Maya, we've got Larry, and we've got 2 new characters who we'll meet. So yeah, investigation day 1. That is where we're gonna be starting. So yeah, okay. Turnabout Time Traveler. Will there be a cutscene? There is a cutscene.
I'm not completely heartless.
The fuck is that?
Throw that time machine you cherish so much overboard with you.
Time machine.
Take me back to that blissful moment.
Okay, so just time travel exists now. I mean, what was I expecting from a case literally called Turnabout Time Traveler?
For the reception, milady. It actually really worked.
What was I expecting? What was I expecting? Is this never going to be brought up again? Is this just never going to be brought up again in the Ace Attorney series that, you know, time travel just exists? Okay, we're back at the Right Anything Agency, and Zach Mary looks weird. The portrait of Zach Mary looks weird. Right? Let me look it up. It's because he doesn't have his mustache. Let me grab up I'm gonna save this and put it on. Okay, I put it into OBS so you guys can actually see it. Let me show you guys. Let me show you. Where is it? Where is it? There. This is what Zach actually. You guys can't see his portrait, but yeah, it looks weird. Have you guys never been able to see his portrait before? But yeah, we've got Zach's portrait up there. This is what he's kind of supposed to look like. I'm gonna shrink it down. His proportions are off. Whatever. But yeah, that looks weird because he doesn't have his mustache. Okay. What's up, Athena? Okay, let me make sure I've got this straight. When your magic panties appear, I do a backflip into a handstand, then blow out the candle. I'm guessing Athena is taking over what Apollo would do in Tracy's magic act. No, Athena, you've got it all wrong. You do a backflip through the ring of fire while holding the candle in your mouth. There's no way I'll ever be able to do that. Sure you can. I believe in you, Athena. Tracy, what are you and Athena up to? Athena's agreed to be a part-time performer in my magic show. I couldn't say no to some extra cash, but I probably should have thought it through first. Now it's human cannibal disc, guillotine that. It's not the kind of line yet lied, you know. You've made your bed, Athena. Now you're gonna lie in it. No, I'm taking out a life insurance policy already. Jesus Christ. My name is Phoenix Wright. I'm the head of this law office. And since when did you become the head of this office, Daddy? I mean, who exactly does all the cleaning, accounting, and scheduling around here, huh? You've got me there, Tracy. This is Tracy Wright. She's my adopted daughter and a magician. And I'm Athena Sykes, the Rising Star lawyer of Right Anything Agency. Or rather, the Rising Star assistant to Tracy, I mean. If I don't get back into a courtroom soon, I'm going to forget everything I've learned. Speaking of the courtroom, we haven't exactly had any clients lately, have we? Business is as slow as ever, huh, Nick? Bet you made more money back when you played the piano. Larry! Yo, long time no see. Larry? I haven't seen you in years. What brings you here all of a sudden? Some big news, that's what. Okay. Who's this guy, boss? This is Larry Butts. He's, well, let's just say he's an old friend of mine. So, Larry, what's so big that you had to come and tell me in person? His coloring, the coloring of his character is so off. I'm getting up his sprite from the first time out. I'm getting up his sprite from the because I swear he looks way too different. Okay. Okay, and let's see. Let's grab that. Let me grab that. And I saved it as the wrong thing. Saved it as a link and not an image. Okay, there we go. There we go. Where is it now? Why is it? It's just not appearing. Okay. Okay, what? Why is it not appearing? Wait. Let me move this. Where did it go? It should be. I'm just moving literally everything about. Let me grab that just so I can show you guys. Let me grab that and move it there. Why is it not showing up? I don't know, but he just looks way too different from the first turnabout. I mean, I know his characterization is going to be fucked up already, but jeez, he looks so different. There's somebody I want you to meet. Hey, you can come in now. All right. Okay, this is the person we saw from the cutscene. How do you do? Hi. That dress, is that a wedding dress? Yeah, it is. My name is Ellen Wyatt. I'm a domestic servant. I'm maid of the Sprocket household. Sprocket? As in Sprocket Aviation? Yeah, that's the one. Well, Mr. Wright, Sprocket Aviation is a really big airline company. You've heard of Rainbow Airlines, right? The one they call RAL for short? Yeah, that does sound familiar. Well, it's run by Sprocket Aviation. I see, but what is a Sprocket family maid doing here in a wedding dress? So actually, we've decided to get married. You what? I'm not so young anymore, you know. You're... Larry... Okay, he's like... You're like 35. I figured it's time to finally settle down. What? You're getting married? No way. I don't believe it. Besides... Why would someone as well put together as her choose someone as flaky as Larry? You're kidding, right? Jealous? I don't blame you, but green's really not your colour, you know. Alright, Larry, lay it on me. How? In all seriousness, Larry, are you really getting married? Not right away, but that's the plan. We're gonna elope, see, like love on the run, I guess you could say. Isn't that right, Ellie? What is going on? Larry, I do believe there's been a major misunderstanding here. My heart already belongs to another. Huh? I'm in love with Soren, not you. Say what? That's about what I thought. But Ellie, baby, weren't you running away with me so we could get married? As I said, you misunderstand. You said you'd help me escape. That's the only reason I ran away with you. This is not happening. Every shook off the police sphere, and for what? That's it. If we can't be together, my life is over. I'm gonna end it all. Wait, back up. Did you say you shook off the police? Yeah, we had to because we're lovers on the lam. Sorry, Miss White, but can you maybe fill me in on what's going on? To tell the truth, I'm being pursued by the police as a murder suspect. Why would you admit that to a lawyer? Murder? They think you killed somebody? I happened to find a dead body at my reception, so the suspicion fell onto me. They had me confined in a separate room, and that's when Larry came along and helped me escape. I'm sorry, but what? Oh, Nick. Me and Ellie were gonna elope. We were gonna put it all on the line for true love. But the police tried to stop us, so we had to scramble to shake them off. What did it all go wrong? I feel a migraine coming on. Same. Please help me. The police are sure to be intensifying their search. Look, it's even on TV. We're not gonna help a murder suspect. We're just not gonna do that. More news on the murder suspect and an unidentified man on the run from the police. A photo of the suspect, Miss Ellen Wyatt, has just been released by the police. Sources say that the 21-year-old is suspected of clubbing the victim. 25-year-old Thomas Gloomsbury, who's the guy we saw at the start fighting with Ellen, to death in the wedding reception hall after her banquet. The two fugitives are said to be highly agitated and dangerous. If you see them, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, brother. Oh, my God. I guess this means we're technically harboring a pair of fugitives here, huh? Oh, Nick, what's the guy to do? Ellie's dumped me hardcore. I'm the one who should be crying. You two were never together! You absolute dipshit! Oh my God. I haven't seen you in ages. Where have you been all this time? You mean you don't know? You've really got to stop living under a rock and get out more. I'm the hippest, hottest picture book author in the business, Laurie Stoneham. I can't believe you didn't know that I'm taking the picture book world by storm. Oh, but I know you. You're the one who wrote Franzie's Whippity Whip Trip, right? Reference to Franziska. Now that you mention it, I think I did hear something about a one-hit wonder. One-hit wonder? What the heck, Nick? And also, Laurie Stoneham is a reference to Bridge to the Turnabout. Where, he went under Laurie Stoneham when he was, with, when he was kind of, training, assisting Misty Faye, who at the time was gone under the pseudonym Elise Stoneham. So yeah, him being a picture book author makes sense in his characterization from Bridge to the Turnabout. I'll have you know I just created a brand new character to moderate acclaim. He's madly popular with 18 to 24-year-old women everywhere. Look, you can see his cute self all over this jacket. What, that heart-shaped pork chop? He's not a pork chop. He looks like a pig's nose. Or maybe it's just cause I've played Alice Madness Returns and there's the flying pig noses in that game. But yeah. Poppy, I'm on the bridge case. Welcome, my name Nature Guy, by the way. The bridge case. I love the bridge case. I love Bridge to the Turnabout. It is such a good case. I absolutely adore Bridge, to be honest. My brain is fried. Understandably. A lot goes into that case because it's the final case of Trials and Tribulations and of the Phoenix Wright trilogy. But yeah, understandably, which is why I'm playing Skate 3 to get my brain back. Again, understandably, because what I've heard from Skate is that it's from what I know of Skate, it's not as crazy as Ace Attorney. So yeah, understandably, he's the main character of my latest picture book. A lovable little soul who pierces the hearts of lovers with his arrows of amour, cute piglet. And you can see this adorable fellow make his debut in Cute Piglet's Lovey-Dovey Log in stores now. Are you sure? Because I've never seen that book in stores now or ever. Well, if you do ever see it, do me a favour and buy me a copy at 10, will you? No murder, just skating, pushing it to the limit. Yeah. The coolest game around. Definitely. Yeah, no murder, no court, just pure skating. But I thought you were taking the picture book world by storm. Anywho, you defend Ellie in court, right, buddy? Please, I'm begging you. I didn't murder anyone. I swear I'm as clean and pure as this pure white dress. No, Cyclops. I guess that means she's telling the truth. But helping a fugitive on the run? What am I getting myself into? There's actually one more thing I really need to tell you. Oh? You might find this hard to believe, but the truth is, I'm a time traveler. Huh? I'm not sure I follow. After the wedding reception, I was attacked. I was moments away from my death. But then, in that instant, I made a wish upon this pendant around my neck, and I went back in time to just before the reception started. It's weird that she barely has any animations other than just her talking. Maybe the occasional neck breaking, but no big deal. What's a game without the occasional neck breaking? Neck breaking in a game just makes it 10 times more awesome. Only this time around, the man who was trying to kill me was already dead, and somehow I became the suspect for his murder. It's as if history has been rewritten. Now wait just a minute here. I don't understand. Are you saying that... Oh. What's going on? Mr. Wright, there are police cars outside. And not just one or two, but a whole bunch. School starts again on September 4th. Oh no! School. Not gonna lie. I kind of feel bad for you guys. Kind of feel bad, but also I don't go back to it because I don't go back to uni until like end of September. So it's like, oh, I feel because you guys don't really get like a large break. However, in 3 days, my best friend and I are going to a shooting range. That is cool. But yeah, you guys don't get as long as a break as like uni students. I've been off since May, and you guys get like a month and a half, I think, like 6 weeks. So yeah, I feel pretty kind of bad for you because you know you guys get a much shorter break. Bows, shotguns, and air rifles. That sounds fun. I'm gonna lie. Before I started streaming, so this was I dropped some. I need to pick up. Where the fuck has it gone? But yeah, when I was, where the fuck did it go? There it is. Before I started streaming, so this was like 2019 and before, like start 2020 and before. I used to go to these like shooting competitions like every year with guides, and I need to turn my fan on. This is a very distracted story time, but it has become very warm in my room at the moment. But yeah, I used to go to shooting competitions with guides, and we used to shoot like bows, and I think the last one I went to, we used air rifles and crossbows, but we mainly used like bows and arrows, and it was very fun. Don't forget about the Turkish shooter from this year's Olympics. Oh yeah, the guy who was just like, I don't give a fuck about safety, and just like went pow 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 pow. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I don't watch the Olympics, so I don't know much about the shooters this year. But yeah, I've heard that he was just like, I don't give a fuck about safety, and just did decently well. So yeah. Daddy, a whole squad of officers has the building surrounded. What? This is the police. There's no escape. Drop your weapons and come up with your hands up. Nick, what do we do? No protection, silver medal. Jesus Christ! How the fuck do you get silver medal with no safety? One hand in pocket. Jesus Christ! This guy is pro. That guy is fucking pro, man. Heck if I know. I see a bunch of armed officers out there. 1, 2, 3, 44, 45. Wow, talk about overkill. Listen here, you criminals. Think about what you're putting your poor parents through. I'm sure this isn't how they raised you. Think about their smiley faces and their warm home-cooked meals. Who in the heck are you? A detective? Now hold on there. Hey, you can't go in there. It's too dangerous. Wait. Is everything okay in here, Mr. Wright? Emma? Any rifle musket competition and I'll be top 5? You bet. I bet. I bet you will be. I'm sorry for all the commotion. So what in the world is going on? Well, I raced on over as soon as I heard that it was Mr. Butts who'd hold himself up in here. Did Emma even meet Larry with the murder suspect after he made off with her and a fleet of patrol cars? The police are being extra careful. because apparently a certain somebody yelled out, "Stay back, I have a bomb." I'm sure you can guess who I'm talking about. Larry. Larry, what the fuck did you do? But the police were being so persistent, I had to do something, so I tried bluffing. You know, like you're doing Courtney. Larry, you dumbass. Oh my god. Please leave me out of this. Well, Mr. Wright, I'm bringing this young lady in for questioning. So if you want to talk with her, you'll have to do it down at the detention center. Okay. I suppose I should thank you for your thoughtful gift of trouble and mayhem, Larry. Come on, Nick, we've got to get down to the detention center right away. Listen, Larry, I haven't even decided whether I'm going to take on this case or not. But I know you will, because it's you. Guess I've got no choice but to tag along and help then. What? And skip out on me? We've only just started practicing your repertoire, you know. Huh? You'd better stay and practice with Trucy, Athena. A promise is a promise after all. That's cool, boss. You gotta get me out of this. I can't take it anymore. Let's get practicing, Athena. Next up is some training for the water tank escape trick. Stick your head in this bucket of water and hold your breath for 15 minutes. No! Stop, I'm begging you. Right, your daughter's gonna kill your employee. She's gonna win. You get back here, Athena. Right, Trucy's gonna kill her. I guess the only person cut out to be Trucy's assistant is Apollo. Well, guess we'd better get to the detention center and ask Miss Wyatt some questions. Especially about the whole time traveling business she was talking about. Okay, but first, we examine Charlie. Charlie looks as lush and green as ever. Thanks to Athena taking such good care of him. I guess I should pitch in every once in a while to her. Okay, let's go then, let's go. Detention center. There she is. Does she really only have one pose? And she stood there with her flowers in hand. Oh, I see you, Mr. Wright. Miss Wyatt, wow. Miss Wyatt, would you mind if I asked you a few questions? Nick is going to defend you, Ellie. Isn't that great? Larry, I told you I haven't decided yet. What? Okay, no, she doesn't have just one pose. You're not going to take my case? We have to, don't we? I'm never gonna be happy. Miss Wyatt, what the? Did I do something wrong? Miss Wyatt, please calm down. I'm innocent, I tell you. But the police won't believe me, and neither will anyone else. I'm gonna die all alone in a jail cell. Alright, I'll do it. I'll take your case. Just please stop crying. Really? You will? The fact that Larry was the one who brought you to me had me a little worried, but you don't seem like a killer to me. And plus, she had no cyclops, so... Oh, thank you! Thanks, Nick. I knew you'd come through. Did I really have a choice? I guess not. In any case, it doesn't seem like Miss Wyatt killed anybody. Plus, it's not like I'm up to my ears in work at the moment. Miss Wyatt, Ellen, let's do this together. Oh, thank you, Mr. Wright. There, it's gonna be okay. Now try to put yourself together. Alright, just give me a moment. Are you okay? That was a quick fix of her hair and makeup. I'm truly grateful to you for taking on my defense, Mr. Wright. Sure, no problem. Oh, she literally pulled herself together. Okay. Ellen, please tell me everything you can about the incident. Alright. It happened after the wedding reception. I was attacked by Mr. Gloomsbury. Wasn't Mr. Gloomsbury the name of the victim in that news report? Maybe I should listen to what she has to say first though before I start asking questions. How dare that guy lay a hand on somebody else's blushing bride? What a creep. Larry? That's rich coming from you? Literally, that's rich coming from you, Larry. You were literally convinced you were gonna marry her. Do you have any idea why he'd attack you? No, but for what? Well, to tell the truth, Mr. Gloomsbury didn't seem very happy about me getting married. Jeez, jealous much, what a loser. Again, that's rich coming from you. Mr. Gloomsbury had forced me onto the Psssttt and was going to pull me off. Oh, how frightening it all was. I was just about to lose my life on what should have been the happiest day of my life. So that's why I made a wish upon this pendant. That pendant? Yeah, it was a gift from my husband-to-be, Soren. He said it's a symbol of our love, and so you made a wish on it. Now, you may think what I'm about to say is very strange, but I beg the pendant, please take me back to that blissful moment. And we saw that's what happened. And you know what? It worked. It brought me back to just before the reception started. Do you think that maybe was a dream? Actually, she's an actual time traveler. So that's the time traveling thing you mentioned back at my office. I'm sorry, but I have to say, it's pretty unbelievable. Unbelievable? Please don't cry. Please don't cry. Please don't cry. Please don't cry. I knew you'd never believe me. Nick. Ellie here is an honest-to-goodness time traveler. Don't you believe your own client? The magic of that pendant sent her back in time before the creep could kill her. Sure, Larry, sure. But it's really true, I tell you. To be fair, spirit channeling is a thing. Like magic. Like some form of magic does exist in this universe. So, and Cyclops exist, and magic Magatamas exist in this universe. So it's not entirely it's not entirely like, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Like, out of the realm of reality that time traveling could exist in this universe. This pendant is an important part of the time machine Soren made. I begged it for help and it really did send me back in time. Is she listening to herself? I even experienced the reception again, even though we'd already held it once before. And during it, everyone there acted as if nothing unusual was happening at all. Could you not cook while we're talking, please? Alright, so when and how did you come under suspicion for murder? Well, after the reception ended, the second reception I mean, I went back to the reception hall and started cleaning up the place by myself. Hold on, cleaning? Why were you cleaning on your own wedding day? For my last task as a servant of the Sprocket household, I offered to take on the preparation and clean up of the reception banquet. I see. I started to move one of the decorative lanterns in the room, but it was so heavy I lost control of it, causing it to topple over and break open. That's when I saw Mr. Gloomsbury's dead body inside the lantern. So you simply happened to be the first to discover the body, right? That's right, I just came across it by accident. But I became confused and didn't know what to do. That's when some of my in-laws saw me and jumped to the conclusion that I had killed him. So this Gloomsbury guy tried to kill Ellen. He then wound up dead himself after Ellen travelled back in time. A time machine and a magic pendant. How could any of this be possible? Ellen, why don't you tell Nick about that other thing too? About that shadowy figure you saw when you were attacked? What? Yeah, good idea, Larry. The shadowy figure. So what's the shadowy figure you saw, Ellen? It was when Mr. Gloomsbury was attacking me. Right after I made a wish upon this pendant, I started to pass out, but just then, just as I lost consciousness, I saw somebody strike Mr. Gloomsbury from behind. You did? Then that person must be the true culprit. Did you see who it was? I'm afraid not. Have you told anybody else about this? I told some of my in-laws, but nobody took me seriously. They said it was all just a dream. I can't exactly say I blame them. I mean, time travel? Larry, for my peace of mind, please tell me that figure wasn't you. Of course it wasn't. Okay. Okay, the wedding. So you and Larry were never planning on getting married, right? That's right, we've only had a few brief interactions, so I can't say I know him at all. Oh, Ellie, how can you say that? You just made an assumption, my guy. My guy. Chill the fuck out. You and me are bound by fate. I'm telling you, we're meant to be together. Larry, back the fuck up, please. You're wrong, Larry. I've never been so right, baby. It's as plain as the goatee on my chin. Larry, don't make me send you to timeout. Now, can you please tell me about the groom, Ellen? What's he like? His name is Soren Sprocket, and oh, he's the most wonderful man. He is truly my destiny. Did you say Soren Sprocket, as in? That's right, the next president of Sprocket Aviation. Wait, he's in line to take over the company? He's nothing but a rich, spoiled brat. I'm clearly the better choice, clearly. Yeah, definitely a one-hit wonder artist. He's desperately trying to cling onto his fame while also going after a married woman. That you are definitely the better choice, Larry. Larry, you and Soren are as different as night and day. There is no comparison. Ellie, you're breaking my achy breaky heart. So she's marrying into money, huh? I can't believe Soren chose me, a simple house servant. He's my knight in shining armor, my prince. Oh my Soren. I guess I've asked her all I can for now. Spick and span. Ellen, what are you doing? I want to make everything clean and beautiful for when Soren comes. I can't have my future husband come into a dirty room now, can I? It has to be spotless, just like this white dress. Spick and span. Let's hope we can wipe away all suspicion from you two. Nick, we better get to the crime scene right away. What, you're coming too? Of course I am. If I saw the crime and reveal the true killer with my super sleuthing skills, yeah, right. Says a guy who has never really done any of this at all. At least helped us out in the way you're thinking, Larry. Like, he's helped us out in little bits in Bridge. I think so. Anyways, yeah. But like, and when we've asked him stuff, but he's never like investigated with us. Ellie might change your mind about me, you know. You never get the message, do you, Larry? It can take my aim and it can take my liberty. Oh my god. And next up, the mooring dock in Sprocket Park. Oh, come on, Nick, let's go. Okay, let's go. Mooring dock. Here we are. So this is Sprocket Park. But where's the reception hall? The reception hall? Oh, that's... Wow, looky there. Oh, what is it? I just spotted me a cute mamacita. Don't wait up, Nick. Hold on. Where's the reception hall? Oh my god. Sorry, Nick. Our man's gonna stop and smell the roses when they appear. Fucking womanizer, and he's not even good at it. Oh my god. I am an artist after all. I'll miss you. I won't be surprised if someone punches him in the fucking face. I thought he was gonna take me to the crime scene. Oh well, I'm sure he'll come slinking back when he inevitably gets rejected. I'll just take a quick look around until then. And yeah, but we better. Wow, that airship is huge. Oops, didn't mean to say that out loud. I've only ever seen airships like this up in the sky. But I've gotta say, they're mighty impressive when they're close up like this. Wow, that huge airship is more to just this skinny little tower. I know it's tied down and all, but it still looks like a good breeze could send it flying, yeah. Wow, this thing's really banged up. You're looking at the sign? They say it got damaged by heavy winds yesterday. A big gust sent that bench flying into it. Well, that's what they're saying anyway. That wind caused this? More like a tornado. The repair guy was saying don't touch it, it's dangerous. I see. For the heads up. I see. Thanks for the heads up. Oh god, looks like it's a lot of work. Hey, sorry about that. I actually thought you'd be back sooner. Didn't work out, huh? Lay off, man. I wasn't on my game today. Oh, women just don't like you, Larry. So now that you're done, do you mind telling me where the reception hall is already? What do you mean? It's right there in front of you. Huh? Right in front of... Wait. What's that say? Flying Chapel. Do you mean to tell me? Yup, Ellie's reception was on their airship. Wow, a sky-high reception hall. Yep, and that's where you'll find the crime scene. Man, not only does that airship fly through the sky, but the space-time continuum too. But the happy couple's honeymoon got left far behind when it made that time skip though. Here, check the airship out for yourself with this pamphlet. Okay, that's added to our court record. But yeah, I figured you could use some backup, so I called in some help for you. You did? Yep, it should be here any minute now. And here comes... I have a feeling I know who this is. That red sports car. Larry, don't tell me you called Edgeworth. You know it, buddy. I trust you've been well, right? We haven't seen him since Cosmic Time. Maya! Surprise! Now I admit it, that was a pretty good Mr. Edgeworth impression, wasn't it? Okay, that was surprising actually. Maya, what are you doing here? Larry called me up. He said something about it finally being time for him to tie the old knot. But that's funny. I'm pretty sure he mentioned something about being here with his bride. Maya, I know this is sudden, but please marry me. No, she's not gonna marry you. Nick, what's Larry talking about? He was dubbed by his bride. Well, by his imaginary bride anyway. Wow, poor Larry. That's a new low even for him. They were never together, so it's lower than low. But hey, imaginary girlfriends never hurt anyone, right? More power to him. This is Maya Faye. She's been abroad for her training as a spirit medium. But now that her training is over, she's back home here in the States. That's right, the new and improved Maya Faye is on the scene. Spirit and girl power at the ready. Here, look at you, Maya, all grown up and as cute as ever. Oh, you know what? I just realized something. If I ever got married, I'd miss out on all the fun of always meeting somebody new. I see you haven't changed a bit, Larry. He has changed? For the fucking worse. Edgeworth, I figured that car belonged to you. But when did you become Maya's chauffeur? It's never like that. I just happened to run into her en route and picked her up. If I run into her, I mean she jumped out in front of my car. I nearly ran her down. That isn't surprising at all. This is Miles Edgeworth. He's a friend of mine and the district's chief prosecutor. I heard he's been busy lately. So what brings you here? Wait, don't tell me Larry called you up too. He did. Of course he fucking did. However, I have business of my own here at the crime scene. Business? What kind of business? What kind of business do you have, Edgeworth? I didn't even clean my glasses, oh my god. Just so you know, right, I'm the lead prosecutor on this case. Of course he is. What? You? Yeah, it appears we'll be standing on opposite ends of the battlefield this time around. Opposite ends? Like they always have been. So I'll be up against Edgeworth tomorrow. To be fair, he did. I was out in Bridge to the Turnabout and Cosmic / Turnabout for tomorrow. But I don't get it, Edgeworth. What about this case warrants the personal attention of the district's chief prosecutor? It's a bit complicated, to say the least. What way? The groom is a member of the Sprockets and family with immense influence. If his wife were to stand trial in court, it would sully the Sprocket name. So they tried to apply some pressure on the prosecutor's office. Pressure to settle it amicably, right? What do you mean settle it amicably? It means they tried to sweep this whole thing under the rug. Wow, Sprocket Aviation really has that much clout? Yeah, they have especially strong ties in both the political and the judicial worlds. Jesus Christ. To the point where no one dares to oppose them. Don't tell me that includes you. Don't be ridiculous, right? It's quite the opposite. The prosecutor's office is filled with cowards, as I found out. Every last one of my subordinates was loath to prosecute a Sprocket. So that's why you decided to take on the case yourself, right? That's right, I will personally see to it that justice is served. I always prosecute to the utmost of my abilities regardless of who I'm up against. But that is part of my creed. Nothing and no one can sway me from that. Not even the almighty Sprockets. Right. If they think they can use their influence to bend the truth, they have another thing coming. You know, I almost feel sorry for them. They are only trying to protect their interests. But all they got instead was you. Bit harsh. Edgy, come on, man. How can you prosecute my poor sweet Ellie? What kind of heartless jerk are you? I'm simply doing my job. And I'm warning you, right? I won't hold back. Not for you or anyone else. Of course you won't. Thanks for the warning, your righteousness. So, how's it going, Mr. Chief Prosecutor? Busy as always, I presume. Why my glasses are so dirty? Of course, and like somebody who has too few clients and too much time on his hands. Hey. Guess that explains why your brow is more furrowed than the last time I saw you. Maybe you should learn to relax a little, Edgeworth. Nice try, right? But as always, I have no intention of showing anyone any mercy, including you. As inflexible as ever, I see. Besides, I think I've mellowed out a bit with age. So if anything, those furrows should have smoothed out a little as well. Honestly, Edgeworth, are you really that blind to yourself? I think he is. Excuse me? You're not excused. He's really self-conscious about those lines, isn't he? Edgeworth, about this incident, don't forget, right, I'm the prosecutor for this case. Need I remind you that I'm not in the habit of sharing information with my adversaries? No, I guess we are adversaries for now. And you, Larry. Me? I'd like you to come with me. You have a lot to answer for after that little stunt you pulled with the suspect. But Ed, you all pals, aren't we? Personal appeals don't work on me, Larry. Now come along. Nick, help me out here. We really can't help. And Larry and Edgeworth are off. Probably back to the prosecutor's office or the detention centre. Is it just me, or is Mr. Edgeworth as relentless as ever? Yeah, I guess some things never change. So much for mellowing out. Well, Nick, we'd better hop on it, or hop to it too. Hop to what? Investigating the crime scene, of course. What else? It's been a long time since you and I teamed up like this. This is going to be fun. Fun, huh? It has been a long time, though, since we were last together like this. Alright, to the crime scene then. Yeah, and away we go. Okay, let's go to the reception hall. I'm gonna quickly check this discard thing. There we go. Okay, we're at the reception hall. So this is the reception hall. According to the pamphlet, we're right here. Okay. Yikes, we're pretty high up. But at least we're indoors, so it doesn't seem so bad. Is Nick afraid of heights, canonically? Maybe. Oh look, Nick, it's Emma. Have Maya and Emma ever met? Hey Emma, over here. Have Maya and Emma ever canonically met before this? Cause I don't think I have, from what I can remember. Because Emma wasn't in Dual Destinies, because Bobby Fulbright was our detective for them. Oh, you know, the Phantom. And then Emma was our detective for the first Apollo Justice, and then we last saw her before the Apollo Justice trilogy. We last saw her in Rise from the Ashes. So I don't think, from what I can remember, that they've ever met before this case. Mr. Wright, Maya, does this mean you've taken this case? Yeah, that's how things kind of turned out. So do you mind if we take a look around? Be my guest. We've pretty much wrapped up our investigation, so go right ahead. Now's a good chance to find out more about the case from Emma too. Adrian wouldn't tell us anything about this case. So do you think he could give us a rundown? Well, seeing as he's going to be prosecuting, I'd expect him to be tight-lipped about it. The incident occurred yesterday, on September 20th. It happened after the wedding reception, which lasted from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. 7 to 10, huh? Got it. And by the way, you didn't hear anything? You didn't hear about any time traveling or anything, did you? Time traveling? What do you mean? Oh, nothing. Forget it. That's pretty much the response I expected. The victim's name is Dumas Bloomsbury. He was a servant in the Sprocket family household. Ellen was a maid for that family as well, so that means the two of them were co-workers? Yeah, they apparently knew each other. Mr. Bloomsbury was the lead servant after all. He was very serious about his work, but he was also a very closed and private man. So the other servants called him Mr. Dim and Gloom behind his back. And if he was the lead servant, he must have been higher ranked than Ellen. What makes the police think Ellen killed this one, a guy who was essentially her boss? We don't know the defendant's motive yet, but the circumstances surrounding the discovery of the body don't bode well for her, just like pretty much every other case. And what circumstances are these exactly? Well, some of her in-laws saw what looked like the immediate aftermath of the murder. The suspect was standing in front of the body with the murder weapon still in her hands. But why would a bride, who was just about to start a happy new life, kill someone? Did the police have an explanation for that? Yeah, about that. Hey, Logan, why thanks for the look, Nordic. Welcome on in. They believe the victim attacked the suspect and was killed when she fought back. But why did he attack her to begin with? Well, Miss Servant Girl was going to suddenly be the wife of the future president. Mr. Gloomsbury must have been more than just a little jealous of her. So this Mr. Dim and Gloom attacked Ellen first, but if she was only trying to protect herself, wouldn't that count as justified self-defense on her part, Nick? It would. There's a good chance she'd be acquitted if we could prove that, but the time travel stuff. She time traveled back while she was being attacked. So technically, it never happened. So therefore, I would say she technically can't get acquitted for justified self-defense if the thing she was defending herself from never happened. I wonder what Edgeworth will have up his sleeve to counter that claim. But wow, a servant girl marrying the future president of such a huge company. It sounds like a modern day fairy tale. It does, doesn't it? I think it is. Oh, I did 5 minutes, Jesus Christ. We haven't got very far at all. Not everyone was on board with that union, apparently. Okay. So what was the murder weapon, Emma? This clock with a secret mechanism built into it. It was on display here in the reception hall. The suspect was holding it when the murder was discovered. So the victim was clubbed to death with this, huh? That's funny, there's no blood on it as far as I can tell. Maybe it was wiped off in an attempt to tamper with the evidence. But there's definitely a luminol reaction. And it matches up with the shape of the injury, so it's gotta be a murder weapon. What a funny clock. They call it a timekeeper. The idea is that it's a time machine. Every time the couple sees it, it'll bring them back to the memory of their wedding day. A time machine, huh? Come to think of it, Ellen said her pendant was part of a time machine. I wonder how the secret mechanism in this thing works. The suspects never had any family or relatives to depend on, so she was working as a living maid for the Sprocket family to support herself. So a maid with no family or fortune was set to marry the president's son, huh? I guess it's not surprising that ruffled a feather or two. Yeah, apparently the groom's parents and all of his relatives were strongly opposed, but that didn't stop the young couple from deciding to go ahead with their wedding. Love flourishes in the face of adversity. Oh, is that how it works? Yup. If you ever have any questions about love, just ask me. I'm a qualified expert. I spent all my spare time in Korean watching soap operas on TV. I'm not sure that's enough to make you a qualified anything admirer. Yeah, that's like saying you're that's like saying you're a doctor, and because you watched a ton of Grey's Anatomy. Oh, by the way, I heard the suspects faced their fair share of harassment too. And from the sound of it got pretty ugly for her. So even though this incident could cause a huge scandal for the company, it might be a boon for those who oppose their marriage to begin with. After all, with Ella's arrest and everything, the marriage is most definitely off now. Okay. Let's do a little examining then. This must be the lantern the body was found in. Ella managed to move it quite a ways. And it looks like a cow, but it's pretty badly broken. That's not a cow, Nick. That's Pegasus, the flying horse. No way, it's definitely a cow. It's got horns and everything. But look, it has wings. Cows don't have wings. So it's Pegasus, I tell you. Oh, I know. That pamphlet should tell us. Let's see. Apparently it's called a pegamy. I did not see that coming. Yeah, somehow the name really captures the essence of what this creature is, you know? Huh. That's strange. What is? Well, this pegamoo is definitely a male pegabull, right? Yeah, I'd say so. What with the horns and all. Okay, well, that pegamoo over there is also a pegabull, but take a look at the pamphlet. See? The one on the right says pegabull, but the one on the other one says pegacow, a female pegamoo. Right. The pamphlet goes on to say how they have a pegamoose that have a couple. Gay pegamoose? So for Ellen's ceremony, there should have been a male and female pair of pegamoose, but for some reason there are two males there. Maybe somebody made a mistake when they were setting up the room. It's hard to believe a fancy place like this would make that kind of blunder though. Okay, let's get into our court record. In any case, we'd better check this thing out. Okay, we have, that's where the body was. So this is where the body was found. And I have a Discord notification that I'm going to quickly check. Very quickly check. Okay, there we go. And the first person to find it was Ellen. Anna, what can you tell me about the condition of the body when it was found? Let's see. The victim was apparently hit on the back of the head. Here's a photo of the scene as we found it. Okay, we still got crime scene photo. And we've got this little red scrap thing here. What do you think this is, Maya? It looks like a flower petal to me. What an unusual shape for a flower petal. Do you suppose it's from one of the flowers here in the reception hall? No, I don't see a single flower like this at any of the tables. I wonder where it came from. And the ad is in progress. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. I think we're about halfway through the investigation, so it shouldn't take us too much longer to finish this off and get started on the trial. But yeah. You know, I'll have to check my achievements and what achievements I like, how much of them I've completed, because I think I can check them in the Apologistics trilogy. So I need to do that to kind of like see what cases I need to like go back and like kind of replay to get the achievements. So yeah, I think the achievements for the Apollo Justice trilogy will be a little bit more bearable since you can go back into the cases and choose which part you want to replay. So yeah, and welcome back from the ad, everyone. Welcome back from the ad. There's no note here as well. Hey, what's this? Oh, let me take a look. Grab Ellen when convenient, then send her off from the Psssttt deck. It looks like a note outlining the murder plot. Whoever wrote it has better handwriting than me, but it looks like they wrote it in a rush. And why do you say that? Because the writing is only smudge lines in the middle of each line. That happens when a right-handed person with a slight hook writes in a hurry. I do it sometimes myself when I'm not paying attention to where my hand is on the page. Guess I'll take your word on that, Miss Bad Handwriting Expert. Hey, even I don't smudge my handwriting this badly. Alright, let's get back to the note. That note was apparently written by the victim. But why would he feel the need to write instructions to himself like this? Are you sure the victim wrote it? I sometimes write a note to myself before I go shopping. Potatoes, carrots, onions, flour. Might I craving curry rice or something? Oops. So Emma, where's this Psssttt the note mentions? If that heliport you see right outside the window over there. So he'd planned on pushing Ellen out from there? What a monster. Okay. I mean, maybe he hid in there to try and surprise Ellen, maybe. I don't think we have too much left of this to examine. Did this come from the lantern? It's coming in blood. Maybe it's got on there when the killer was putting the body in the lantern. Can you imagine going to open a door and finding the knob covered with blood? That'd be bloody awful to say the least. I guess that about does it for this lantern. Okay. It's a hot air balloon, a symbol of humanity's ambition to take to the skies. It's kind of a romantic notion, don't you think? Yeah. But I just noticed that it doesn't seem to tie up to the ceiling all that well. I'm sure it's fine. Please don't let it fall on my head. Okay. Let's examine this table. So that's the Psssttt out there. I bet the view is amazing, but I guess it must also kind of freak you out, huh, Nick? Yeah, kind of. Mostly because there's no surviving a fall from way up here. Probably not, no. This is the sweetheart table with the bride and groom set. Where they gorge themselves on the wedding feast, you mean? I'd be too nervous to eat in front of a bunch of guests like this. They say that newlyweds are usually really busy during the reception, you know. They have to greet and talk with other guests that came to give their blessings. They don't actually get all that much time to enjoy their dinner. Aw, I wouldn't be able to stand that. I can't imagine having a huge feast right in front of me and not being able to eat it. They say brides tend to have an especially hard time because of their wedding dresses. With those tight corsets squeezing their waist, they can barely eat a bite. Really? It sounds like wedding receptions are absolute torture. Guess food still wins out over romance in Blair's book. Fair fucking enough, you know. Fair fucking enough. This must be where the time machine was placed. I can't believe that such a beautiful memento was used to murder. It's just awful. Nick, we have to prove Ellen's innocence no matter what it takes. I agree. We can't let this go down as the saddest flying wedding reception in history. Yeah, we can't do that. I think that about does it for this area. Okay, so there's the other Pega move. But I don't think we really need to examine anything else. I don't know. What the fuck is that? It's a fog machine. I wonder if they used it during the reception. Ooh. Hey Nick, go stand over there for a sec. Why? Just because now go. Oh, right. I've got a bad feeling about this. Fogmaster 9000 on. I know. Huh? Oh, nothing happened. Looks like it won't work without some dry ice. Darn it! All I wanted to do was surround you in a thick cloud of smoke. Okay, so we need dry ice for that. Okay, let's go back and then. Is there another one on this side? Yes, there is. Because I noticed the other part of this fog machine when we were examining like the table and stuff. When we went to examine the table and stuff even. It's a fog machine for the reception. Pretty cool, huh? Don't dare touch it. Aww, spoil sport. That's because I know how you operate. Okay. Okay. That's one big partition screen, industrial size even. I bet it's cause an industrial size mess if it fell over. And that's why you're not allowed to touch it, Maya. What? Then who's going to test how stable it is? Just leave it alone, please. Wait, what the fuck is on this table? The fuck is that? The fuck is that? That's Larry's, isn't it? I'm sorry. Larry's Donham's. It looks like a business card wallet. I wonder whose it is. That face looks awfully familiar. Too familiar. Yeah, it does. Guess I'll bring it to him later. We gotta present it to him later. Okay. Guess that just about does it for this area, I guess. Let's go out. Wait, am I looking at the search tab? I never heard something of look. What do we need to... Let's go back. Let me back into the reception hall. Where's our notebook? Not there. Where is it? It's in our call record. Search for evidence in the reception hall. Okay. Yeah? I'm on an airplane, the perfect decoration for an airline company wedding. And a propeller plane like this lends the room a great old-timey feel. Oh, I'd love to see the Steel Samurai fly a plane like this. Can you picture it? The Steel Samurai zipping through the clouds over near old Tokyo. If Rocket Aviation ever becomes a sponsor of the show, I could see it happening. Why didn't I think of that? I'll go suggest the idea to them later. Please, at least wait until the trial is over. Yeah, please. Chill out, Maya. Jesus, Maya. I wonder what this partition is for. I imagine people like the reception staff or entertainers use it. They're probably way behind it when they're on standby. I see. With a partition this size, I bet they could even fit an elephant back there. Not that anyone sane would. No. What else can we examine? Let's go back. Nothing interesting there. Can we look back over this? Get rid of that huge set of doors. I bet all sorts of things come and go through there. And look at what did she say? What did she say? I didn't fully read that. Like an elephant. I'm pretty sure it's just a bride and groom. This is a banquet hall, not a circus. Yeah, it's not the very big circus. What else can we examine here? We can examine this other one, which we didn't examine earlier. Wow, look at that. Look at the horns on this flying bovine. He must be a bull. It seems he made it through the ceremony in one piece. By the looks of those wheels, I bet he can be rode around rather easily too. Yeah, I bet it'd be quite a hassle if you had to lift and carry him everywhere. And this is what the backside looks like. What's that by the bottom of his tail? A wheel handle? Oh, so people can go in it. I get it. This way they can get inside to change the white light bulbs. I see they left the wheel handle on the inside unpainted too. I guess I figured nobody will see it, so why bother? It makes sense to cut costs where you can. Well, overall, I can't say I see anything strange about this thing. Okay, now we're finished examining this area. Well, I guess that just about does it for the crime scene. Hey Nick, I want to see the rest of the airship. We might as well since we're here. True, we might even run into some of the other people involved in the case. Oh? Nick, how long has that guy been standing there? I didn't even notice him until just now. Excuse me, are you with Sprocket Aviation? Huh. Okay. Huh? Nick, you wrote something on that paper airplane. Guess we're supposed to read it then. Let's see here. Get out, intruders. Well, that was a rather cool weapon. Cool welcome even. Mr. Wright, meet the lone son of the president of Sprocket Aviation. Soren Sprocket. Or to put it another way, the future president of Sprocket Aviation. So he's Ellen's fiance. Yeah, he is. Oh, there he goes. He's kind of an eccentric. I hear he's the genius inventor behind many of Sprocket Aviation's business successes. An inventor, huh? Yeah, he even designed this airship. That's pretty impressive. Nick, there's no time to be standing around gawking. We have to go after him. We need to ask him some questions about Ellen. Right. It looks like he was heading outside. Okay, so more in dock. Okay. Okay, we're out here. There he is. Excuse me, could he talk to you? He doesn't want to talk to us. Excuse me, do you mind if I ask what you're doing? He doesn't want to talk to us at all. He sure is rain up a storm. It is possible. If an enormous change in mass could be detected, then theoretically matter can retain its form even as it crosses the event horizon. And let's just... Wait, what did you say? If it is possible, if an enormous change in mass could be detected at that observation point, then theoretically matter can retain its form even as it crosses the event horizon. Let's just see what he has to say about Ellen. He doesn't want to talk to us. Excuse me, but we'll be representing Ellen in court tomorrow. So could we ask you about the case? Okay, he's just written something again. Ow! What the... Not interested. Not interested? How can you say something like that? This is about your fiancée. She's under arrest, you know. The diameter of the airship is approximately 8 feet. The amount of energy necessary to move matter comprised of that mass is... He's off in his own world. I can't believe he said he was not interested in talking about his own bride's arrest. We just have to talk on his level then, with something he might be interested in. Okay, so... Not examine. I don't want to examine. Ah! Nope. Present. I guess... The pendant that Soren gave Ellen? Could you take a look at this? Is that Ellen's? Ellen told us that she traveled through time during the incident. She said it happened after she made a wish on this pendant. You mean to say you two are Ellen's lawyers? Yeah, I just told you that a minute ago. Sorry, I was lost in thought. He wasn't even listening? Oh boy. He's not all what I expected, based on Ellen's gushing testimonial anyways. We'd like to ask you about Ellen's case, if you don't mind. I don't know a thing about it, so why don't you go ask the police? In other words, not interested. This guy's the worst. Now I feel sorry for poor Ellen. In that case, can I ask you about how Ellen traveled through time? Go on. Guess that got your attention. So is time travel really even possible? Yeah, it is possible. Alrighty then. At the same time, it is also impossible. The pendant I gave Ellen is not supposed to operate as a time machine by itself. What do you mean? The timekeeper, that clock we had displayed in the reception hall, that is the body of the time machine. The pendant is simply a part. That clock was the murder weapon, wasn't it? But it's a time machine too. What Ellen experienced is akin to traveling down a road by car key. Physically and metaphysically, it should be impossible. Unless maybe the quantum system inside somehow accidentally interfered with the natural flow of the fourth dimension. We're losing him again. Maybe we better ask him some more about the time machine. So you've been researching time travel, have you? Moving through the space-time continuum would be man's ultimate means of travel. Time travel is a mode of transportation. Since the dawn of time, man has developed various methods of transportation. Horses, steam engines, gas engines, airplanes, spaceships. But they are all fundamentally similar in that they constitute three-dimensional movement. Travel through the space-time continuum would shift mankind into a new paradigm. I don't know why, Nick, but I'm getting awfully sleepy all of a sudden. For generations, rocket aviation has advanced the development of transportation. Therefore, it's only natural that I would research time travel as man's next great leap. Oh, is he done? So what exactly does all that stuff he was saying mean, Nick? Well, basically, it's like taking a hamburger joint and adding a drive-through to it, I guess. I get it, it's the same burger but with a quicker, more efficient delivery system. So what Soren really wants to do is launch humanity into the future. Launch, not lunch. But do you really believe that time travel is possible? It only becomes truly impossible when man stops daring to believe. Besides, time travelers do exist, you know. But you wouldn't understand. Did you hear that, Nick? Time travelers really do exist. All I know is Soren isn't the easiest guy to wrap your head around. Oh, I don't know. I kind of like the way he talks. It's full of hope for the future. He's more passionate than I thought, too. When it comes to inventions, anyway. Yeah, his apparent lack of concern for Ellen is troubling, though. Unless he's the real killer. So I heard the rest of the Sprocket family was opposed to your marriage. What are your thoughts on that? Master Soren. It is time for the meeting on next term's project. What is this? Daydreaming about your inventions again? You're the future president. You must consider the business side too. It's I found Soren. Send the car over at once. I'm not interested. Oh, Master Soren, you do give me quite the headache at times. In any case, your attendant is waiting. Please go to him now. Excuse me, but who are you? Oh, where are my manners? My name is Psssttt. Please call me Piss. I'm the Sprocket family butler. Nick, a butler? I didn't know they actually still existed. I thought they were just on TV and stuff. And who might you be, if you don't mind my asking? Oh, I'm Phoenix Wright, Ellen White's lawyer. And I'm his assistant, Maya Faye. I'm a spare medium. Oh, so it is you. I'm most grateful to you for taking on Miss Ellen's defense. You have my sincerest thanks. Don't mention it. So hey, speaking of the case, oh, one moment, please. Wow, what a beautiful pocket watch. Oh, this is just a bit of a good luck charm. That's one expensive good luck charm. But I guess it makes sense, and knowing the time is pretty important in his line of work. So I guess that pocket watch is as important to him as my tennis watch is to me. There is a little time before I must attend to Master Soren again. Why not come to Sprocket Manor? How do you mean to Soren's home? as a token of appreciation for taking on Miss Ellen's defense. I'd like to serve you some delicious tea and refreshments. Oh, bye, Nick. I fancy high society tea party with high-class snacks and everything. And what about the investigation? Are you kidding? What better place to investigate next than Soren's house? I don't know. Do you really think this house is going to give us any new leads? Of course it will. I say we take the butler up on his kind offer and go to the Sprocket's house. Alright, you win. Very good. To Sprocket Manor then. Let's go then. To the fire of the house. Okay, you know what I love about what they're doing in like the more recent like Ace Attorney collections, mainly Apollo Justice, is that they'll have like little background characters, and some of them have their own like little, you know, animations and stuff. Like for example, this lady, you know, drinking her tea, and this guy like cleaning his camera. It makes the world feel more alive. It makes you kind of get more immersed in the world, and I really like it. I hope they include this more in future games. Wow, this place does not disappoint. Oh, I'm so excited. Well, slow down, my dimension isn't going anywhere. Now then, we won't have to worry about anyone untoward eavesdropping here. I take it you wanted to ask me some questions? Huh? That's why you invited us here? I'm sorry to have tricked you like this, but this is a murder after all. I couldn't talk openly about it in public and risk sullying the Sprocket family's reputation. Ah, and I was really looking forward to all those fancy snacks too. There, Maya, don't cry. Nick would surely buy you some if he had the money. This Pierce guy is one shrewd man. Hey Nick, look at this cute vintage radio. Radio? What do you think over there under the stuffed bull's head? I'm gonna take a closer look. Maya! I told you to settle down. I'm sorry. Not to worry. For the fucking god, Maya. This is why we can't take a fucking anywhere. Why that little mech fixed it right up. There's something about some Ace Attorney characters facing just straight on that feels weird. Cause at this point we've seen Pierce like not exactly side on, but kind of like how now, like how I'm looking at OBS, it would be weird for me to just suddenly go up and look at my webcam, just look you directly in the eyeballs. Like if I'd been always talking to you like this, and like for example, if I always talked to you like this, it would look weird if I just suddenly went straight to OBS to look at OBS. No, I do that all the time, so it's not that weird. But still, this front-facing Pierce model looks kind of weird. Just looks weird for some reason. I'm not the only butler, but I'm also Sprocket Aviation's repair department director. One might say that patching things up is my specialty. That's incredible. What is that little doohickey on your shoulder anyway? It's my FXRUPR shoulder mech, aka Fixer Upper. Master Soren made it for me. It has too many features and functions to effectively enumerate at the moment though. That's so cool, I wish I had one of those. Fixing things is a simple matter, but fixing people is a different matter. Even a skilled physician can't bring back the dead. Oh, but forgive me. I seem to have gotten sidetracked. You must be in shock over Mr. Gloomsbury's death. Still, I do need to ask him some questions about the case. I should take a look around and see what I can find out while I'm here too. Okay, let's have a look around. Wait, isn't that Ellen's bouquet? Oh, it's the bridal bouquet. Hey Nick, how about I throw it? And you tried to catch it. Why me? Just because. I bet you look hilariously flailing. I bet you look hilarious flailing around trying to grab it. But doesn't tradition dictate that it's the ladies that go after the bouquet? Who cares? Just catch it. Hey. Ow! Hey! You threw that right at my face. Oh, you don't want to catch that bouquet. Trust me. Why not? They say it's bad luck to catch the bouquet of a marriage that doesn't last. But I already caught it. Oops, too late now. Honey. You twat. Don't you dare touch that radio again. It looks like an expensive antique. What are you worried about? If it breaks again, Pierce will just fix it up again. I really hope he's nice enough to waive the repair bill. Yeah, because we can't afford that shit. A bull. Come to think of it, there was a bull log on the side of the flying chapel too. I was going to say cable, not chapel. The president of the company must have a thing for cattle. The bull is a symbol of Sprocket Aviation. To be as strong and steady as a bull. That's the company creed, you know. Probably all for the back-breaking labor they put their employees through. By the way, that bull log on the flying chapel, the one with the rainbow wings, his name is Rain the Rainbow. Get it? I get it, he's a rainbow-colored bull, so he's a rainbow, right? What a memorable name, huh, Nick? Yeah, for the lamest of puns. That's just like some Ace Attorney names. Excuse me, but there's a card here on the floor. Well, look at that. It's a flying chapel key. I swear my brain does not process that it's pronounced chapel the first time. Even though it's so obvious, I keep saying the wrong pronunciation in my head first. The flying chapel? What areas on the flying chapel require a key card, if I may ask? Most of the areas we want to keep the public out of, such as the staff room and the hall, which is chock full of machinery. So you can't enter those areas without a key card. That's right. This one here belongs to Ellen. Wait, what's Ellen's key card doing here? Did Ellen come back here after the incident occurred? Hello, Ace. Hello. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. How you doing? What did he say? I don't believe so. And she was arrested by the police straight away this morning. Although there was a strange man with a gaudy jacket in her earlier. Was that man wearing a beret by any chance? Yeah, he was, as a matter of fact. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. As a matter, he was also wearing sunglasses and a fake mustache. Larry. I know it. The only question is, what was he doing here? No idea. Oh, are those pictures of the wedding reception? Yeah, I took them with my trusty camera. Do you mind if we have a look at that photo? Be my guest. Take as long a look as you'd like. Ooh. Well, what do you think of this gorgeous dreamscape? A thick fog billows across the room, making it look as if the couple were walking on clouds. Well, look how beautiful Ellen is here. She looks a little nervous, though. She does, doesn't she? Hey, look, there's Pierce. Really? Where? Right there, behind the sweetheart table. Was Pierce originally supposed to get married to Ellen? But then Ellen was like, no, I'm going to marry, what's his face? What's his name? Soren, instead. Hey, you're right. I bet he was there attending to the happy couple the whole dinner. So what do you think, Nick? Does anything in this photo stick out to you? No, not at the moment, anyway. Okay, that's been added to our 2-hour record. Hey Nick, if Ellen really did travel back in time, do you think this photo is of the second reception? You know, after the time jump? I wonder. Excuse me, sir. Yes, can I help you? Ellen told us she traveled back in time. Would you happen to know anything about that? Oh, no, I haven't the foggiest idea what you're talking about. He climbed up faster than a clam. Yeah, something suspicious is happening here. Hey Nick, now here's a real lady. Who's that? She looks smart as a whip, doesn't she? I wonder who she is, but I didn't see her on the airship. That is Selena Sprocket, Soren's elder sister. Beautiful and capable. She was a great lady. Soren's sister. I think I see a resemblance. Maybe I'll show Pierce this photo later and ask him about her. Okay. Nick, look at that airplane propeller up there going round and round. I see they've got an aviation theme going on. Makes sense for an airplane family. I wonder if it doubles as a fan. Oh, what if the rest of the plane were on the other side of that wall? And the wall would open up so the plane could take off in an emergency. How cool would that be? If that's what's behind the propeller wall, then what's behind the bull wall across the way? Oh no, maybe it's the rest of it. That must be where the sprockets get their milk. Nick! First of all, that's a beef cow. And second, bulls don't make milk. Oh, right. That's what I get for trying to play along. You know, no, let's ask Soren about Selena. Pierce, the woman in this photo is Soren's older sister, Selena, right? I don't think we've met her yet. Yeah, about that. He seems hesitant all of a sudden. Yeah, and the man said that, like, it was referred to, like, oh, she was a great woman, you know. If you wouldn't mind, could you tell us about her? Alright, very well. She's a big part of Master Soren's past, after all. Soren's past? About the incident Miss Ellen was arrested for. Do you think she did it? Well, I can't prove it yet, but no, I don't think she could have done it. I guess you could call it a gut feeling. I see. I guess we have different opinions then. Do we now? The prosecution says that when Gloomsbury attacked Miss Ellen, she fought back and ended up killing him. I agree with this perspective. Or rather, that is the consensus of the entire Sprocket family. Even so, I heard an interesting story from Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth. I heard that the Sprocket family had tried to pressure the prosecutor's office into burying this case. I fear you are mistaken. All we sought was merely a consultation. Besides, none of it matters now, as she is no longer a part of this family. Fortunately for us, they had yet to get their marriage license before holding the bouquet. So basically, once they realized they couldn't sway the prosecution, they cut her loose. I realize how callous I must sound, but my duty is to protect the Sprocket family, and more specifically, Sprocket Aviation's future and Master Soren, whose genius is essential to the company. I will do anything to achieve that goal. That is my job as the Sprocket family butler. You know, I think Pierce and Mr. Edgeworth would get along really well, don't you think? Yeah, I could easily picture Edgeworth with a butler. Yeah, I'm surprised he doesn't have one in his office. Oh, by the way, I suppose I should tell you about this as well. It's about when the members of the extended family and I discovered the crime. And we have so much to ask him about. Jeez. And did Ellen say anything to you about traveling through time? I tried to start my mic, trying to get it to actually stay in one position, please. She must have been delirious. There's no need to take such a claim seriously. I'm trying to start up my mic, but it is being annoying. Okay, this is a little break for me to take so I can actually sort out my mic. Because again, it is annoying me. And this is what I sound like when I move away my filter. Why is it not coming off? Jeez. There we go. There we go. I'm trying to keep it up like here. There we go. There we go. I love doing like mini DIY in the middle of stream. Jeez. Okay, there we go. And there we go, go. Okay, that's a bit close to my face. Well. This is me trying to set up my microphone midstream. I should really do this, like, after stream, but I should really do this outside of stream, but whatever. And there we go, there we go. She must have been delirious. There's no need to take such a claim seriously. Sun himself said that time travel was possible, though. Master Soren said that? It sounds like he is still stuck in the past. He's psychologically stuck, I take it. Can I move my... And you're gonna have to... My mic is being annoying. Gonna have to be able to bring it game for a minute. My mic is going to fall over, I know it. There. Excuse me. What is it? I see. I believe I told you that Madam will be having milk tea. Still have lemon slices at the ready just in case. We must not disappoint her, understand? You sure are busy. All in a day's work. Hello, Moneymaker. Well, come on in. Thanks for the look. Still, we really do need Master Soren to start focusing on the business side of things soon. Okay, Soren's passed. Master Soren will become the next president of Sprocket Aviation. However, that wasn't always so. Miss Selena Sprocket, Master Soren's elder sister, was next in line. So why isn't she becoming the next president? Because she died in a car accident. Oh. What? I had no idea. Actually, Master Soren was also in the car with her at the time of the accident. Losing the sister he loved right before his eyes devastated him. Ever since then, he has buried himself in his research on time machines. He also became a quiet and meticulous, almost compulsive note-taker after then. He seemed so stiff and robotic, I had no idea he was carrying all that around inside him. Master Soren has abandoned the company business and spends all his time on inventions. As the family butler, I'm truly concerned. I mean, he was never really meant to take over the company, so why would he be all that interested in the business? Because his older sister was supposed to take over, not him. I believe it is high time he let go of the past. It was sometime after the reception. Some of the master's relatives and I went to clean up the reception hall, and that is when we saw it. A woman standing in front of the victim with the bloody murder weapon in her hand. It was none other than Miss Ellen. But Pierce, it wasn't what it looked like. That's why she just happened to find the body. I don't know what Miss Ellen has told you, but what we witnessed was unmistakably the moment immediately after the deed had been committed. And that is what I told the police who came in response to my call. I see. So Pierce was the only one who reported it to the police, Hey Nick, what are you doing here? Oh, it's Larry. Larry? Oh man, Edgy gave me a heck of a hard time. Larry, what are you doing here? I came to promote my new character, Q-Pickler. I was hoping Sprocket Aviation would do some kind of tie-in with me for it. Wow, I didn't know Larry was such an aggressive businessman. You could learn a thing or two of him from him. Nick, why don't you promote your agency to them? Now's not exactly the time for that, in case you haven't noticed. See, and this is why you'll never be rich. Maybe it's because we're investigating the murder of the Sprocket family's head butler. Yeah, maybe it's not the time, Maya. Actually, Larry, I've been meaning to ask you something. You were down the Flying Chapel yesterday, right? Huh? Was I? What were you doing there? Nothing? Whatever it was, I bet it wasn't anything to be proud of, but never mind that. Did you see anything that had to do with the case? Scratch that, let's start with... you weren't involved in this case, were you? It was, we know it was. Larry? Hey, he took off! I just knew it. When something smells, it's usually the butts. When something stinks, it's usually the butts. Come on, Maya, after him. Oh, are you leaving so soon? We have to run. Thank you for making time for us. I know you have to investigate, but please try to spare the family's feelings as you do so. Yes, of course. Okay, let's go find him. I'm just gonna quickly check this Discord ping. There we go. There he is! Hey, Larry! Hey there, friend. Fancy meeting you here. There's nothing fancy about it. All we did was follow you. So tell me, Larry, why did you run away like that? I don't know what you're talking about. A bolt of inspiration for my new picture book hit me and I had to run, is all. It was like a epiphany, you dig? Right. It's just going to keep on playing dumb, ain't he, Nick? Come on, Larry. I know you were on that airship, so what did you see? I didn't see anything. Because I was never on that stupid airship. 2 Cyclops. He's fucking lying. Cyclops, you say something? The spiritual power of this Magatama allows me to see these mystical locks that appear when someone is trying to hide something from me. They're called Cyclops, and when I see them, I simply present the Magatama to try my hand at breaking them. If I can unlock them, I'm sure to finally get a straight answer out of them.
Take that!
Come on, Larry. This is no time for games, Larry. I will find out where you're hiding. I'm telling you, Nick, you've got it all wrong. I've got nothing to do with this case whatsoever. Oh, come on, Larry. Even a baby could see through such a blatant and obvious lie. Nothing whatsoever, huh? If you weren't involved, Larry, then you wouldn't have been involved with this person, Ellen.
Take that!
You're the one who brought Ellen to my office in the first place. And all those cops, nothing to do with this case with the case whatsoever. Isn't going to cut it this time, Larry. If you have to lie, at least do a better job of it. Don't fucking cry. Don't do the glittery eyes. Don't diss me, Nick. If you're so convinced I'm lying, then let me ask you this. What makes you think I was on that stupid airship? Anyway, let me see some proof if you got any. Doubling down, are you? Fine. If you want proof, Larry, here's proof that you are on that airship. And it says fucking wallet. Uh-oh. This is your business card wallet, innit, Larry? I found it in the reception hall. Ugh. Time to come clean, even, Larry Butts. Why exactly are you hiding? Alright, fine, you got me. I'll tell you everything. Unlock successful. Ooh. What did you say? Larry, what were you doing on the airship anyway? Well, I went there to deliver the welcome to our wedding sign they ordered from me. And I didn't know you took on real jobs like that too. Well, for your information, my wedding welcome signs are very popular on the net. And that's how you met Ellen? I mean, I'd seen her in the photo for the wedding sign, but seeing her in person, the way she smiled at me and said, "Thank you." I felt like I'd been hit by lightning. And that's when you fell in love with somebody else's bride, huh? So, were you invited to the reception? Can you believe they told me only family and relatives could attend? They wouldn't even let me into the reception hall. Smart move on that part, I'd say. I got upset and started wandering around the airship. That must be when I dropped my business card wallet. So somebody else must have found it and brought it to the reception hall then. But you know what? I saw something incredible while I was on that flying chapel. Like... Get a load of this. What? What the heck is this? What do you mean? What is this? Isn't it obvious? It's a drawing. I sketched a picture of one of the cabins on the airship. I gotta give him credit though. His drawing abilities have massively improved since Bridge to the Turnabout. So what's so incredible about a cabin? Look at what was outside the window. That looks like a pterodactyl. It's one of those flying dinosaurs, a real life pterodactyl. I looked out the cabin window and there it was, just flying out there. That airship traveled through time, I tell you. What? When I told that pissed butler guy about it, he told me to never mention it to anybody ever again. But why would he try to keep you from spouting what is clearly just nonsense? Maybe Sprocket Aviation is secretly developing a time machine, or the Flying Chapel is a time machine. No way. Nick, this case is totally amazing. Larry, you didn't tell Mr. Edgeworth about this, did you? Of course not. Edgy would just roll his eyes and think I was off my rocker. He thinks that anyway. I didn't even tell him I was wandering around on the airship. I told him I met Ellie at the mooring dock and we ran away together. Yeah, I can see Edgeworth's eyes rolling right out of his head had he heard about this. Okay, that's been added to our court record. So Larry also experienced a time slip somehow. But how is that possible? I have no fucking idea. I have just no fucking clue. Hey Nick, I'll be taking my card wallet back now if you don't mind. Okay, that's been given back to Larry, so don't need it anymore. Oh yeah, this is for you. What is it? It's a picture of Ellen. It's a picture of the Horde. I took it when I was wandering around on the airship. See, there's Ellie right there in the middle. And it looks like that there was supposed to be a female, what was it, Pegamoo? Looks like there was supposed to be a female one, a Pega cow, at the wedding, but there was two Pega bulls instead. And the Horde. And I'm taking this discard pin really quickly. And there we go. Yeah, see, it's right here on the diagram. Oh, it's on the opposite side to the car. No, it's on the bottom. Wait, no. I've been looking at this map all wrong. Wait. We don't have the map. Wait, no, we do. We do. I've been thinking that these were just like... I was just thinking that these were like opposite, more just like on the same floor. But no, they're on different floors. Okay, we have... yeah, we have this diagram. We have this diagram. And then we have this description here. Okay, so I now know where the Horde. Okay, so now I know where the Horde is. But what was Ellie doing there? Well, they were using it as a prepping area for the reception. I see, and around when did you take this? Before the reception. I took it while Ellie was getting everything ready. So this was taken before the incident occurred. I don't know if he'll be of any help, but thanks for this anyway. Okay. By the way, Larry, I heard that the door to the hall is controlled by a security system. So how'd you get in there? That's a trade secret, can't tell you. And the hits just keep on coming. Well, I guess that's basically a wrap on the investigation. Not quite, Nick. I want to meet Ellen too. Oh, that's right. You haven't met her yet, have you? Okay, let's head over to the detention center then, so you can say hi. Okay, let's go then. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, we're in the detention center. No, why? Please understand that this is in Master Soren's best interest. Sounds like Ellen's busy talking with someone. Piss. The next president cannot be married to a criminal. It will disgrace Sprocket Aviation. Miss Ellen, I need you to forget about this marriage. Pardon us. If it isn't Mr. Right, so their marriage is definitely off. There's no other choice. We cannot have a criminal in the family. For the sake of Master Soren and the Sprocket family, this is what is best. No. In that case, what if Nicky had proved Ellen's innocence? Then you wouldn't have a criminal in the family, right? I suppose you are right, but I'm afraid that will be impossible. That's not true enough for Nick. He may look like a nobody, but he can do some pretty amazing things. I don't take cases on lightly, so rest assured I will prove her innocence. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I understand your name is quite well known in the judicial world, for better or for worse. Pierce, I want you to promise me this. If I can prove Ellen's innocence, then you won't stand in the way of Soren and Ellen's marriage. Very well, but not even the most talented lawyer in the world can change reality in itself. But the most talented inventor could with a time machine. And the reality is, Miss Ellen is guilty beyond the shadow of a doubt. I believe that's why you're wrong, Pierce. I'm clean, I swear I am. Obsessively, compulsively clean. Just as clean and pure as this pure white dress. Fine, you have my word, but you will be the one to regret this promise. Yeah, that was very specific wording. So I'm wondering if they're trying to depict OCD, or am I looking way too much into this? Now, if you will excuse me, and I'm gonna check this Discord notification real quick. I'm getting so many Discord notifications today, oh my god. There we go. Now I have all the more reason to win this case. Ellen, we finished our investigation and we'd like to talk with you about what we found. Okay, so what did you find out? In the course of our investigation, we heard that you had been standing in front of the victim with the murder weapon in your hands. Ellen. It wasn't what it looks like. It's true I was holding the murder weapon. But when I found him, he was already dead. I panicked. And I was hoping I could go back in time again like I had done earlier. I did 5 minutes. So I picked up the timekeeper from the pedestal and brought it over without thinking. You were so desperate you were ready to try anything, huh? Unfortunately, that sort of behavior makes you an easy target for the prosecution. No, and as for your little trip through time, none of your in-laws could confirm your story, I'm afraid. I see. The only exception is Larry. He said he saw something. Really? What did he see? Can't say I quite believe it myself, but Larry claims he saw something incredible. He claims he saw a pterodactyl flying outside the airship. What? Not only that, but apparently Pierce Nicole told Larry to keep quiet about it. But why would Pierce do such a thing? Larry's theory is that Sprocket Aviation is developing something in secret. A time machine, to be exact. Thank you, Evelyn, for the follow. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Do you think that's why nobody would confirm my story? Because it's a secret? I really don't know. But speaking of your in-laws, we did manage to find your key card at Sprocket Manor. One of your in-laws said he'd keep an eye on it for you. Oh, thank goodness. I lost it while I was getting things ready for the reception. I'd looked everywhere for it. I'm so glad you found it. At least that tears of joy this time for a change. Oh, Nick, it looks like you'll have to prove the existence of time travel in court tomorrow. That's right. I swear that while Mr. Gloomsbury was being killed, I was busy traveling back through time. Great, with stodgy skeptic Edward at the helm for the prosecution tomorrow. We're really gonna have our work cut out for us. Okay. Great. Okay, we're gonna move on to the trial. And see how long this takes us. Yes, continue on to the next chapter. Okay, we're in the defendant's lobby. It's nice to be back in our normal lobby with bailiffs that don't carry guns. Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning, Ellen. I see you're still wearing your wedding gown, and I will continue to wear it until our marriage is saved. Oh, sorry. Okay, there he is. Do you think he came to see how she's holding up? Sorry, my love, you came all the way to the courthouse just to see me? Oh, sorry, I don't know what to say. Blueprints. Huh? The engine blueprints? I can't find them. Do you know where they are? Oh, they're in your room, third shelf from the bottom on the right-hand side. Ah, I see. He just wanted the fucking blueprints. Oh my god, your wife is going on trial, and now you can think about his fucking blueprints. Oh my fucking god, man. He's leaving already? Don't tell me he came just to ask about some stupid blueprints. Unless he's making another time machine to go back in time to the reception, so that this shit doesn't fucking happen. Is he really that good of a person? Or is that just how he comes off, I wonder? What are you, Soren? Ellen, he's back. Come home soon. I'm lost without you. No. Soren! Later. Oh. Looks like showing your vulnerabilities is the fastest way to capturing a woman's heart. You should take notes on this, Nick. Please leave me out of this. Anyway, it looks like Soren isn't big on words. But it's clear that he cares about Ellen. Knowing that, I actually feel kind of relieved. And she's pulled herself together again. Mr. Wright, I just absolutely can't be found guilty. You hear? And Addison? Oh, progress. I'm gonna stretch. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get through this trial. And then yeah, that's gonna be it for this stream. After I finish this trial, and then on Wednesday we'll be doing the next investigation at least. And then maybe start the next trial. The next trial doesn't look too long, so maybe we can do the investigation the second investigation in one stream, and then maybe just do the second trial in a stream on Friday. So yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. So yeah, and the ad is almost done. The ad is almost done. So yeah. Welcome back from the ad, and welcome back from the ad. Don't worry, I'm gonna do everything I can to prove your innocence. Thank you, Mr. Wright. The trial is about to start, sir. Edgeworth. Knowing him, he's not going to yield an inch. So I've just got to fight with everything I've got and save Ellen. It's a classic Ace Attorney. It's a classic Phoenix Wright case, except, you know, everyone is fucking older, and Emma is our detective instead of Gumshoe. Alright. Court is now in session for the trial of Ellen Wyatt. The defense is ready, and I forgot that I had him in the LT grey outfit. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. It is weird to see his 3D model without glasses. It is so weird. Seeing so many familiar faces gathered together like this. Fuck. I feel as though I'm at a grand reunion. It makes me want to go out for dinner and then drink and reminisce with you all. Oh, that sounds like a great idea. I was dining for a real burger the whole time I was away. We're going to make it a welcome back party for Maya. How about it, Edgeworth? I have no intention of cavorting with my enemies. Now then, Your Honor, let us start this trial once. Jesus Christ, Edgeworth! Oh my god. Still not one for the light-hearted banter, are you, Mr. Edgeworth? Jokes and good humour are beyond worthless in the court of law. Guess we'll just have to have the party without him then. Yeah, like a fucking loser. However, we're after the conclusion of this trial. I might consider joining you for a little welcome back party. I certainly wouldn't mind an invite at the very least. He still as emotionally constipated as ever, I see. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please go over the details of this case for us. The victim was Dumas Gloomsbury, a servant in the Sprocket household. He was in attendance at the wedding reception that occurred from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Mr. Gloomsbury apparently felt some animosity toward Ellen Wyatt, and so, a bit after the reception ended at 10 p.m, he assaulted Miss Wyatt with the intent to kill her. The defendant fought back and ended up killing Mr. Gloomsbury. In other words, it was justified self-defense, correct? If that's the case, then the defendant might not be criminally responsible. He's right, worst case scenario, I could go for self-defense to avoid the criminal charge. I wonder how Edgeworth plans to counter that though. The prosecution's first witness will make my view on the matter clear, Your Honor, and that's probably going to be Emma. Very well. A bailiff, please bring in the first witness. Here she is. Miss Emma Skye. Please state your name and occupation, witness. Emma Skye, forensic investigator. And I'd just like to say, sir, that being in the same courtroom as you is a great honour. Oh, that's right. You're a friend of Edgeworth's, aren't you, Emma? We're good friends and all, Mr. Wright. But just this once, I intend to faithfully and fully testify for the prosecution. And I do mean that wholeheartedly. I expect no less from you. Yes, sir, I'm going to do my very best. Looks like you lost a popularity contest to Mr. Edgeworth, Nick. I really could care less. Besides, she'll see who's the better lawyer once I win this trial. Yeah, maybe then you'll actually really care less. Now, Detective Skye, if you please. Witness testimony time. The murder weapon was a clock called the Timekeeper. just like the clock in the first turnabout called the Thinker. The victim was hit with it from behind and he fell over right into the lantern. The defendant was spotted then, standing in front of the body holding the murder weapon. The victim was struck twice, by the way. He was struck twice? That's right, there's no mistake about it. The first blow was to the back of the victim's head. It was hard enough to knock him unconscious. Yet despite the fact that he had been immobilized by the first blow, the defendant delivered a second fatal blow to the side of the victim's head. Which means what exactly? Fuck you and that smug look. I figured he'll go right over your head. Let's put it this way, by striking the victim a second time, the defendant killed her last chance to escape from any criminal wrongdoing. She did, but how, Mr. Edgeworth? The defendant may have been fighting back because she was being attacked. However, she then went on to deliver a fatal blow to a man who was already fully unconscious. Nick, is he saying what I think he is? I don't feel so well. And thus Mr. Wright has justified self-defense been removed from the table. The prosecution intends to prove that the defendant killed the victim with murderous intent. Allow me to belatedly submit the victim's autopsy report. Ugh. He's so fucking smug. So that's why he was acting so smug. Well, more smug than usual. It's fine, right? It's not like we were going to plead self-defense anyway, right? Right, but now the judge has a negative impression of Ellen. He may not get to prosecute much anymore, but he definitely hasn't lost his touch. Yeah. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Okay, cross-examination time. The victim was hit with it from behind and he fell over right into the lantern. But he doesn't look like he was. If he was hit from behind, he would have fallen forwards, face down, or backwards, face up. So I'm gonna put that down. Detective Sky, I'm afraid I have to apologize in advance. For what? For embarrassing you in front of your idol. What do you mean? If you take a look at this photo of the crime scene, you see that the victim is lying on his back. But if the victim had been hit from behind, as you claim, then he should have fallen over into the lantern face down. It's not enough to simply take someone's side, Detective Sky. Even if it's Mr. Edgeworth. Why can't I just words? There does appear to be a flaw in Detective Sky's testimony. Mr. Wright, if you think I'm going to just back right down, then you're sadly mistaken. Emma is unusually fired up today. Don't forget she's in front of her hero, Nick. If there's still someone came to watch this trial, I'd want to do my absolute best too. Listen, Mr. Wright, it's entirely possible that the defendant moved the victim's body after he fell over. In that case, there wouldn't be any contradiction, right? Indeed, that was an excellent counter-argument, Detective. You can count on me, sir. So, what do you have to say to that, Mr. Wright? Is it possible that the victim's body was moved after he fell into the lantern? No. Sorry, Detective, but there's no way the victim's body was moved after his death. Oh, really? And what makes you so sure? One look at this here and it should become obvious. The broken bits on his body. Those broken bits of the lantern. Yeah, if the body had been moved after the fact, these fragments would have fallen off it. But you can clearly see they're lying perfectly undisturbed on top of the body. This means that the victim must have been lying face up from before the lantern even broke. You're right. But wait a minute, if that's true, then when was the victim killed? I mean, the lantern was still whole during the reception, right? Right, which means we've just overturned a major assumption about this case. If the victim was already dead before the lantern was even broke, then the body must have been inside the lantern even, since before the reception started. In other words, the defense asserts that the victim was killed before the wedding reception. What? In short, when Miss White was seen standing in front of the body after the reception, it wasn't the moment just after the murder was committed. It was the moment she happened to discover the body, just as Miss White claims.
Objection!
Whether the act was committed before or after the reception is entirely inconsequential. After all, it was the defendant who prepared the reception hall for the event in question. Therefore, when the murder occurred, changes nothing with regard to her guilt. She could have killed the victim before the reception, as you claim, and then tried to hide his body in the lantern after the event ended. Sorry, but that doesn't make any sense. I mean, where would the body have been hidden during the reception in your scenario? Even you have to admit, Mr. Edgeworth, that this has opened up a new possibility. Do explain, Mr. Wright. Well, if Miss White didn't commit the crime in the reception hall, then that means someone, somewhere, put the victim's body into the lantern. I suppose that makes sense. A dead body couldn't have put itself in there. Exactly, Your Honor. In other words, if the murder actually occurred before the reception, it opens up the possibility that he was killed somewhere else. If the body was hidden inside the lantern, then it's possible that the body was moved along with it from somewhere else. Oh, you're right. You can run that mouth of yours all you want. But do you have any evidence to support what's coming out of it, Mr. Wright? Of course I do. I think the answer lies in that piece of evidence, and it's something that was left at the crime scene that will point us to where the victim was really killed. Very well, Mr. Wright. In that case, what proves that the lantern and the body were moved from somewhere else? This photo? The photo of the victim again? Yeah. I'd like the court to focus on one thing right here. These good things, I guess. Flower petals, Mr. Wright. These petals are from a kind of flower that were not present in the reception hall. This means that they must have gone into the lantern when it was somewhere else. And just where do you propose this somewhere else to be, Mr. Wright? I propose that this piece of evidence will tell us where the flower petals came from. Oh, wait! In here, because these are the same flower petals, like right here.
Take that!
Please take a look at the flowers in this picture of the wound. Notice how their petals are all of the Notice how their petals are of the same shape as the petals in the crime scene photo. Yes, they do. They do look to be from the same kind of flower. Is that really all you've got? A flower is a flower is a flower. They're all the same. I'd hardly call what you presented compelling evidence. I'm afraid I couldn't disagree with you more, Mr. Edgeworth. I gave a flower of this type to my lovely wife once when we were young, so I can assure you that this is very meaningful and compelling evidence indeed. The soundness of my judgment in this matter is backed by nothing less than pure love. But Your Honor, fucking loser. Let it go, Mr. Edgeworth. It's clear you don't know much about flowers. It's not like you have anything you'd actually give any to, after all. But maybe you should study up on them, just in case the opportunity presents itself. This is from a man who only knows the name of 3 types of flowers. That's more than fucking you. It's hardly relevant to the case at hand. Yeah, exactly, you fucking loser. Honestly. Edgeworth is just a fucking loser. The defense asserts that it's highly probable that the victim was killed in the hall, if the body was then placed in the lantern and moved to the reception hall for some reason. It would completely destroy the prosecution's case. Then you mean the body was... Yeah, the victim's body was inside the lantern during the entire beautiful wedding reception, while the defendant and her betrothed were celebrating their love. What?
Objection!
The butterfly of my fucking mic fell off. When the fuck did that happen? Was it when I was fidgeting with my mic earlier? When the fuck did that happen? My fucking god, I did not realise that, and now I have no idea where it is. Is it under my chair? Where the fuck did it go? I'll search for him here. Your smooth talk might work on his honour, but it won't work on me. Yeah, sure. What are you talking about now? I'm telling my fan up because it is bloody fucking warm, alright? Take another look at all the evidence and you'll soon see what I mean. I wish you would just tell me already. Detective Sky, I'm sure you've already figured out what I'm talking about, correct? Of course, sir. Mr. Wright is the only one here who hasn't. Why didn't you leave this to me, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, let's see what you can do. Detective Sky, please give us your testimony to this court. Okay, we've got another one of Emma's testimonies. The victim could not have been killed before the reception. The autopsy report states that the estimated time of death was after the reception. And that estimated time of death is correct. There's no way it could be wrong. But wait, doesn't the fog machine... The fogging machine uses dry ice, which could have slowed down the decaying process. So yeah, there is a way it could be wrong. It's clear Mr. Bloomsbury was killed after the reception, and that completely contradicts your claim. I guess so. Tell me you took at least a cursory glance at the autopsy report, Mr. Wright. You just gave it to us. It appears you've gone rusty since our last outing. Might I suggest you go back and brush up on the basics? Cause he was fucking disbarred for, what, 7, 8 years? Jesus Christ, punch you in the fucking face, this smug little bitch. Sure. So I must say, you're as cocky as ever, Mr. Edgeworth. I beg your pardon? What are you trying to say, Mr. Wright? Yeah, we're saying he's a cocky little bastard. I'm just saying that I'll go back to basics if that's what Mr. Edgeworth wants. I'll prove how badly he's underestimated me with a good old-fashioned cross-examination. Very well. Let's see you put your money where your mouth is, Mr. Wright. Which isn't a lot. Okay, let's save. Okay. I think let's go to here and present the fog machine.
Objection!
I admit that my estimated time of death does contradict my theory. Finally, and that means your theory that the victim was killed before the reception is still entirely plausible. Oh, what makes you think that? the killer could have falsified the time of death by using the certain item in the reception hall. Please take a look at this. And what is that contraption, Mr. Wright? It's a fog machine, Your Honor, used to create a special romantic atmosphere in the hall. And this machine could have been used to falsify the time of death? Yeah, Your Honor, because this machine uses dry ice to perform its magic. Dry ice? Ah yeah, the super cold stuff commonly used to make theatrical fog, right? I see, so your claim is that this dry ice was used to keep the body cool? Oh. In that case, I guess the victim could have been killed before the reception. Yeah. Order in this call. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this development? That the victim was killed in the hall before the wedding reception? The prosecution acknowledges the possibility of this claim. Now we're getting somewhere! Finally. The prosecution would also like to thank you, Mr. Wright. This cocky bitch. Huh, for what? I didn't know how such a piece of evidence fit into this case, but now thanks to you, I do. What piece of evidence? To get into the hold, one needs a keycard like this one. Oh, fuck, he's gonna use the fucking keycard! And here we have a record. Fuck. Sake. Oh my god. And here we have a record of those who entered the hold with such keycards. Dumas Gloomsbury, Pierce Nickety, and Ellen Wyatt. But that could just be a possibility that Pierce killed Dumas, because he was entry number 35 after Dumas, he was entry number 34. And he could have, stuffed him into those fucking pegamoos. And then Ellen, not knowing that Dumas was in one of those pegamoos, because he hadn't started to smell decaying flesh yet. And I just hit my monitor with my cup, with my bottle. But yeah, she could have just moved on without even really knowing he was in there. The times aren't specified, but these are the last 3 entries on the day of the murder. And as you can see, the last person to enter the hall that day was the defendant. That doesn't mean shit. That doesn't mean shit. So the one who moved the body out of the hall must have been. That's right, it was none other than the defendant. Okay, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with him. But I still stand by my theory. That it was actually Pierce who killed Dumas, stuffed it into one of the pegamoons, probably the one that broke, and then Ellen, without even realizing that Dumas was in the pegamoon, went to, just push him into push the pegamoon into the reception hall. That's right, it was none other than the defendant. Okay, that's been added to our court record. Hey Nick, take a look at this entry record. There are a couple of other names on here besides Ellen's. Hey, you're right. According to you, the entry record, Mr. Edgeworth, Pierce Nickety had also gone into the hall. Isn't it possible that he could have been the culprit? Sorry, but Mr. Nickety was escorting a few of the guests at the time. I'm sure they would be happy to testify to that fact if you'd like. Think be cocky all you'd like, Mr. Wright, but my confidence is rarely misplaced. It is always fucking misplaced. Now, it's probably safe to assume that after killing the victim in the hall, the defendant moved his body to the hall in order to dispose of it discreetly. What do you mean by discreetly? The defendant volunteered to take care of the reception's cleanup personally. That means she would have had the chance to dispose of anything in the way she wanted, including taking the lantern off the airship without raising any suspicion. Don't tell me you didn't know about Mr. Wyatt volunteering for cleanup duty, Mr. Wyatt. For my last task as a servant of Sprocket household, I offered to take on the preparation and cleanup of the reception banquet. I see. Look at you, sweating buckets like the rookie even after all these years. Nevertheless, thank you for providing that the only person who could have killed the victim in the horde is Ellen Wyatt. Great job, Phoenix. Now back to square one. I would have fist fight Edra right here, right now. Perhaps you should ask Miss Sykes for some help in reviewing Defense for Dummies. Way to go, sir. You've got Mr. Right in a cold sweat. I wonder if maybe the promise of seeing that miserable look on his face is what brought me back to court today. It certainly made all my stress and woes as chief prosecutor just melt away. I guess he had a lot of stress built up. I'll give him something to stress over before we're through today. Your Honor, the prosecution asks that you render your verdict at this time. Before that man over there tries to throw the court into chaos with his meaningless bluffs. I see. Mr. Wright, are there any last meaningful bluffs you'd like to present to this court? Why does he have to assume it'll be a bluff? Cause it's always a fucking bluff with this man. It's always a fucking bluff for you. Now carry and throw a good one out there. I will. Well, alright then, let's see. I've got it. How do you know it was Miss Wyatt who used her keycard? After all, if it turns out that somebody else used her keycard, it would mean Miss Wyatt didn't do it. Interesting. And are you able to prove this bluff to be true? I assure you I'm not bluffing, Your Honor. Well, now what? He is totally bluffing. Wait a minute, I can think of someone who might have used Ellen's keycard. Larry. That dickhead Larry. You can, remember? The one who was sneaking around the horde in spite of not being a family member? Oh, that's right. Your Honor, the defense would like to call a certain witness to the stand. I need the testimony of this person who may have entered the horde with Miss Wyatt's card. Larry.
Take that!
This bitch Larry. That's your witness! Are you saying that numbskull was on the airship? He never breathed a word about that to me. Cause you're trying to, you know. I don't know what I was getting at. That's not surprising because Mr. Nickany told him to keep quiet about it. But Mr. Botts himself admitted it to be. He claimed to have found a new way to sneak into the Flying Chapel's horde to see Miss Wyatt. This photo he took and gave to me is proof. Then, was it he who moved the lantern with the body inside to the reception hall? You know as well as I that with him, anything is possible. And it's one possibility we should definitely look into. I can't believe this. What in the world is he doing mixed up with in this? Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Remember what we've been saying since elementary school? When something smells, it's usually the butts. Exactly! That Larry, he'll pay for this. Well, if you want to extract your payment now, he's right up there in the gallery. Yikes! Come on, Larry, come on down. Bailiff, seize the witness before he makes a run for it. Oh, what is this stuff? What's happened to me? And to be fair, you were Phoenix's first ever client. Sorry, Larry, but you brought this on yourself. Let us break for a 15-minute recess. I ask that both sides prepare for the next witness's testimony during this time. And we've got a recess. Recess time. Wow, it's been a while since I've had this much fun and excitement. 2 years, over 2 years. We're not over 2 years. Because 2 years ago, canonically, Riot would have still been disbarred. So like 7, 8 years. No. 9 years. No. 8 years. I'm gonna say 8 years. I faced off against Mr. Edgeworth, a harrowing tightrope. A walk for the defense. I'm exhausted already. Boss! Oh, Satina. I'm here for moral support. I Athena, are you all done practicing for Trucy's magic show? Well, to be perfectly honest, I saw her right away. But that's because she was putting my life in danger, I tell ya. I see. I think I need to have a one-on-one with her. You're really athletic and fit, Athena, so Trucy probably thinks she can run you ragged. That may be true, which is why not even Trucy can keep up with me when I run at full speed. I looks like you spoke too soon, Athena. Never underestimate the resourcefulness of a great magician. Huh? And Trucy is here. Magical girl Trucy Wright is on the scene. No! Now, Athena, it's time to practice human combustion magic. Go on, douse yourself in this gasoline. But don't worry, it's a magic trick after all, so it's perfectly safe. Trucy! Run away! Hey, you don't get away off that easily. They get along so well, don't they? It reminds me of the good old days. You, me, and Pearly. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Can't forget him. Reference. Oh, how I miss Gumshoe. He's in investigations as well, so we get to see him next week. We had all kinds of fun at the crime scenes back then, remember? Leaving me to do all the serious investigating, as I recall. The court will soon be back in session, Mr. Wright. Right, thank you. So Larry's the next witness, right? I can't wait to see what happens. Sadly, I can already imagine it. This is gonna be a bloody nightmare, isn't it? I mean, it's fucking Larry. What do we expect at this point? Court will now reconvene. Nick, AJ, the two of you are gonna hang me out to dry, aren't you? No, not the both of us. Just Mr. Wright. Yeah. Nick, how could you? I don't really think he did it, of course, but I'm gonna use whatever leads I can. Mr. Butts, there's a possibility you moved the lantern that had the dead body in it. So if you want to clear yourself of any suspicion, all you have to do is testify. Now then, your testimony, please, witness. Nick, you big, fat, stinking jerk. How can you doubt your best bud? We've known each other since elementary school. Well, get this, pal. Our friendship's over. Twat! You fucking twat! I'm just gonna check this Discord notification really quickly. There we go. Well, go ahead, Mr. Wright. He's all yours. Why me? You're the one who called him to the stand, so he is your responsibility. Thanks, old chum. Can't any of you show me a little respect, even just a shred? You may cross-examine the witness, Mr. Wright. I would if there are any testimony to cross-examine. Let's save.
Hold it!
Come on, Larry. Can you please give me something real to work with? Don't think I don't know about your tricks. If I say something careless, you're gonna shove some evidence at me with a loud objection and a super smug look on your face. Yeah, well, that is my job. And if I get found guilty, how are you gonna take responsibility for what you've done? Why should I take responsibility for just doing my job? You heartless jerk, don't you have any compassion for me? Larry the twat.
Hold it!
I'm sorry, Mr. Butts, but if it wasn't Miss Wyatt that entered the hold of that card, then you're the most likely suspect. Nick, are you seriously doubting the innocence of your old childhood friend? Well, technically, yeah, but it isn't personal, I assure you. A true friend would believe in me no matter what. Can't you see my tears? Don't even mean anything to you. Nick. You don't really think you can cry your way out of this, do you? Okay, fine. In that case.
Hold it!
Larry, listen to me. Shut up! I'm not talking to you anymore. This is getting us nowhere. Come off it, Larry. If you don't quit fooling around and start testifying, Miss White will be found guilty. For real. If no new information comes out of this cross-examination, then yeah, Mr. Butts, for real. Not that I would have a problem with that myself. Larry, just tell us the truth already. Did you or didn't you go into the hall and move a lantern up to the reception hall? I never moved any bull lantern, I tell you. Bull lantern? Oh, what did I say? Something weird? You told me that you didn't attend the wedding reception. Can you believe they told me only family and relatives could attend? They wouldn't even let me into the reception hall. Yeah, so what? And that's odd. No one in this courtroom ever mentioned the sex of the lantern that was moved. So how could you know that it was a bull lantern? You didn't have to actually go to the reception to know that. Anyone could tell there were 2 pecker bulls by looking at the Flying Chapel's pamphlet. Really? All I can tell right now is that there's a strong scent of bull in the air right now. It's no bullshit. But if you look at this, look at the pamphlet, you can't tell the pecker bulls are not on the pamphlet. And if you see here, it's supposed to be a pecker cow and a pecker bull. Please add that last statement to your testimony, Mr. Butts. Anyone could tell there were 2 pecker bulls by looking at the Flying Chapel's pamphlet.
Objection!
I want you to take a look at this, Mr. Butts. Because unfortunately for you, the pamphlet clearly shows a pecker cow and a pecker bull in their example diagram of the reception hall. Huh? But on that day, instead of putting a pecker cow and pecker bull out for the bridegroom, there were 2 male pecker bulls on display. Yeah, somehow you knew there were 2 pecker bulls in the reception hall that day. There's only one way you'd know something like that, Larry. It was you who moved the pecker bull to the reception hall, wasn't it? No. Larry, you didn't. Mr. Butts, did you move the lantern containing the victim's body to the reception hall? That's what it looks like. What? Larry! Wait, Nick. You don't think I'm the murderer, do you? Maybe you and Mr. Bloomsbury were fighting over Miss White and you ended up killing him. Maya, no you too. Look, I did sneak into the reception, but that's as far as it went. You know me, I wouldn't hurt a fly. You snuck into the reception. Yeah, sure, but some of the sprocket men caught and locked me up in one of the cabins. It was pretty awful actually. But that's when I made that drawing of the pterodactyl I showed you, Nick. Ixnay on the Aerodactyl Larry. Mr. Wright, not even you would take this farce that far, would you? We are talking about Larry. What do I do? You accuse Larry of being the true culprit? No! No! He's not capable of killing someone. No, you're right, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Butts didn't have a reason to kill Mr. Bloomsbury. He might have had an imaginary reason to kill Sonny Sprocket, sure, but not Mr. Bloomsbury. After all, he did steal Mr. Sprocket's bride and try to elope with her. Just cause they tried to steal somebody's bride doesn't make me a murderer. I believe you, Larry, and I don't think you killed anybody either. You would never do anything like that. Nickel buddy or pal, I knew you'd come through for me. Funny that considering your sworn testimony just now that we were through. Mr. Butts, it's time you told this court the whole truth, understood? access to witness testimony, no cross-examination, so I don't need to say it yet. It's just like Nick said, I'm the one who moved the lantern. Okay. I was poking around the reception hall before the main event and saw a lantern was broken. There's a note on it that said exchange with the one in the hall, Ellen. So I decided to do Ellie a favour. So you switched the lanterns before the reception, did you? And that means the victim really was killed before the reception. It would appear that Mr. Butts completely fell for the defendant's scheme. Scheme? What scheme? This note from the defendant exchanged with the one in the hall, Ellen. Mr. Butts moved the lantern with the body in it up to the reception hall because of this note, and thus he has become a suspect in Mr. Bloomsbury's murder. That second lantern did feel pretty heavy, but I never would have thought there was a dead body in it. What was a note like that doing on a lantern in the first place? You could have wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. I left that note for myself. It was simply a reminder because I can be very forgetful. Oh, sorry, excuse Miss Wyatt. The prosecution contends that this note shows one facet of the defendant's murderous plan. And you, Mr. Butts, you played right into Miss Wyatt's hands. No way, Edgy, I don't believe
Objection!
it. Do you still really believe Miss Wyatt to be the culprit, Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, of course, my stance on the matter remains unchanged. If you think I'm wrong, then prove it with your cross-examination. Gladly. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Cross-examination time. Okay, time to see. Okay, what do I do?
Hold it!
Nobody saw you the whole time while you were switching the lanterns? No, I didn't get caught. Not that time, anyway. Not that time? Yeah, when I tried to sneak into the reception hall the first time. I didn't have as much luck. Those rocket guys spotted me and nabbed me. All my words are failing me right now. Pretty exciting, don't you think? Larry, you need help. Yeah. Looks like he hasn't changed in a while. And then they locked me up in one of those cabins. Nick, what are you asking about stuff like this anyway? Shouldn't you be trying to prove Ellie's innocence? Well, is that statement of his important to the case? Yeah. Mr. Butts tried to cross the reception and subsequently getting locked up in a cabin. I believe these might be important facts in this case, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Butts, please add that statement to your testimony. I tried to sneak into the reception hall, but I got caught and locked up in a cabin. So you got locked up, then what happened? I broke out. Then I started looking for Ellie and wandered into the reception hall again. That's when I saw the broken lantern and replaced it. Even after they caught you and locked you up, you still went looking for Miss Wyatt. But wait, the broken lantern was still in the reception hall when we found it, so he couldn't have switched it. But hold on a minute, what is it, Nick? Oh yeah, doesn't something seem weird to you? Larry said he replaced the lantern after he broke out of the cabin. That's right. Oh wait, huh? You're right. It doesn't make much sense, does it? Mr. Wright, have you found an inconsistency in the witness's statement? Yeah, I believe so, Your Honor. Mr. Butts moved the lantern after he broke out of the cabin, but that contradicts with this, the broken lantern itself. Is that... Yeah, it's a broken lantern, Your Honor. Mr. Butts, what you're saying doesn't make any sense at all. Oh, what? Why not? You saw the lanterns before the reception began, right? Yeah, that's why I said it. But he also just said that you swapped the lanterns after you got locked up in the cabin for trying to sneak into the reception. In other words, he's saying you swapped the lanterns both before the reception and after the reception took place. That certainly doesn't make any sense. What did he say? Listen, Mr. Butts, did you swap the lanterns before or after the reception? Which was it, before or after? There's a world of difference between the two. Well, Mr. Butts, I guess I can't expect guys like you to understand. In a nutshell, it was both before and after the reception. What? I tried to sneak into the first reception and got locked up. The first reception? Oh, I don't like where this is going. It's going down the time travel route again, isn't it? Well, I can't really say I'm shocked by that because, you know, this case is literally called Turnabout Time Traveler. Then through the power of Ellie's pendant, time got rewound and we went back to the time before the reception. It was after that when I replaced the lantern. But again, like my original point stated, we found the broken lantern in the reception hall, so he couldn't have replaced it. So it was both before the reception and after the reception. Get it? We went back in time before the reception. So of course the reception would take place one more time after that, right? That's why I said it makes perfect sense. Mr. Wright, what in the world is the witness talking about? Has he developed some sort of intellectual ailment I'm not aware of since I saw him last? Well, none of the sprockets seem to remember the time skip, but I do. And Ellie remembers it too. I think the power of our love for each other makes that miracle happen. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, but could you please translate this man's gibberish so the rest of us can understand? So now, I have to be the one to explain about the whole time travel thing. Go on, Nick. I know you can do it. Looks like you don't have much choice, Nick. To heck with it, I can't lose any more of my dignity today anyway. I'm just fidgeting around my phone. The defendant, Miss Ellen Wyatt, has told the defense the following strange story. She said that after the reception ended, she was attacked by Mr. Blueberry. She claims that as she was being assaulted, she made a wish upon her pendant. Please take me back to that blissful moment. In doing so, time apparently rewound itself to just before the reception began. It what? I know it's hard to believe, but think about it this way. Through the power of the pendant, both Ellen Wyatt and Larry Butts experienced time travel. What?
Objection!
What absolute rubbish. Mr. Wright, I've heard my fair share of your nonsense over the years, but this takes the cake. Have you thoroughly lost your mind? But this is simply the conclusion I came to, using that logic ability you love so much. What? The truth of the matter is, the future president of Sprocket Aviation, Soren Sprocket, has been researching time machines. So what if a time machine has already been successfully created? And what if that's the one Sprocket Aviation's top secret? And what if that's one of Sprocket Aviation's top secret inventions? A time machine? Yeah, I even saw something while we were time traveling. I saw a pterodactyl flying through the sky. Maybe the airship was set to travel through time for their honeymoon trip. What? A pterodactyl?
Objection!
You can't possibly have any evidence to back up your ridiculous time travel story. Well, as I thought. In any case, I now have evidence to prove that you're no more intelligent than Larry. Not so fast now, Edgy. I'm not the same old Larry you used to know. Oh? You want evidence? I've got your evidence right here. This is the photo I secretly took of the first reception. What? What? Larry, I can't believe you. Well, anyway, good job. If we compare the photos of the first and second receptions and can find a difference, then we'll be able to prove that the reception was held twice. But do you really think such a difference exists? Well, yeah, Your Honor. I just need some time to find it for you. This is preposterous. Very well. Please show the court what's different then. This is proof positive that the wedding reception was held twice. But let me look at the flowers are yellow in here. And the flowers are red here.
Take that!
Please direct your attention to Miss Wyatt's bouquet of flowers. In the photo one of her in-laws took, the defendant is holding a yellow bouquet. But in the photo Mr. Butts took, she is holding a red bouquet. You're right. That's impossible. What does this mean? It means that the defendant really did experience two wedding receptions, and she did that when she traveled through time. What? Nick? You did it! You proved Ellen's time travel story to be true. Yeah, I can hardly believe it myself. It's just as Ellen said, the reception was held twice. This turns every assumption we've based this trial on upside down. What? I refuse to accept such a ludicrous argument. It is pure fiction under the guise of pseudoscience at best. There is simply no such thing as time travel. I know it's hard, but can't you suspend your disbelief for 1 nanosecond, Edgeworth? I bet sci-fi movies push all your buttons the wrong way, don't they, Mr. Edgeworth? I can totally picture you yelling. That never happened every 5 seconds at the screen. Maybe you should stay away from movie dates altogether. That's neither here nor there. This is real life we're talking about. But the proof is clearly shown in 2 photographs. That's right, Mr. Edgeworth. No matter how in it's... Fine. I'll entertain your absurd delusion. If only to demolish it before your very eyes. What? Let's solve this then, shall we? There is no such thing as your time travel. There's one thing your time travel theory fails to explain. And that is the memories of the other guests there. The defendant and Larry remember the reception occurring twice, but no member of the Sprocket family has ever mentioned such a thing. That's because the time machine is classified. I'm not done, you bird brain. Bird brain! Makes sense, he's, Phoenix. Phoenix is a bird. As I was saying, if the entire family had been sworn to secrecy, then why hadn't they sworn the woman who was marrying into the family to secrecy too? That's a good point. Honestly, all it takes is a little common sense, Mr. Wright. Even still, how do we know that the trip through time did not really occur? There's proof in the photos that it did. And besides, if time travel doesn't exist, well, I'd be a little disappointed, frankly. I was hoping to go back to the days of my youth. 5 minutes until there's an ad in 5 minutes, by the way. You mustn't allow yourself to be taken in by Mr. Wright's whimsical tales, Your Honor. I've read about it in various literature, you see. And they all say that time travel is just not logically feasible. Maybe our argument was just a little too nonsensical, Nick. Well, in that case, why don't we put our common sense to the test? Excuse me? The wedding reception was held twice. The photos are proof of that. But it wasn't because of time travel, it's simply because the reception had actually been held twice. Isn't that the most reasonable way to interpret the situation? Would you care to elaborate, Mr. Wright? If time travel doesn't exist, then there's only one way to make sense of what happened. Somebody must have orchestrated this strange phenomenon, and that somebody is everybody at the reception. What if all the guests at the reception conspired together to hold the reception twice and keep quiet about it? What? And for what purpose would they conspire to do such a thing? Well, I'm purely a deduction defense. Is that Pierce? Yep, it's fucking Pierce. I can tell you are not a renowned liar for nothing. I must say, I underestimated you. How so, Mr. Nicody? You have managed to name each event precisely as they happened. You have revealed it all to the light of day. Then that means it was us. We orchestrated the whole thing. Yeah, the reception was held twice, but not because of time travel, no. We simply held it a second time. What? Why? Why would you do such a thing? To make it as though the murder Miss Ellen committed never happened. Master Soren figured that if Miss Ellen, who'd killed Bloomsbury after the first reception, experienced the reception one more time, she would think it was all a dream. It was he who ordered us to make it happen. However, only a few, myself included, knew of Miss Ellen's crime. I assume most of the guests attended the 2 receptions without knowing why. Indeed, they needed no reason. Master Soren told them to do it, and do it they did. And that is the sprocket way. Then who hid the body in the lantern? We did. But we did not anticipate the petals finding their way in, nor the actions of Mr. Butts. And that's how you intended to cover the whole situation up? There's just one thing everyone here has wrong. The real scene of the murder was not the Hood, it was the Vista death. What? Then Miss Wyatt's recollection of the events must be correct. I admit we tried to cover the incident up, but the fact that Miss Ellen killed Bloomsbury is undeniable. This is quite a turn of events. What? He's laughing. And so it appears we have arrived at the truth at last. Now. Please do feel free to travel back in time, Mr. Wright, and attempt to do this trial over again. Go on. Let's not get hasty, Edward. I bet you can't do it. I bet I can't either. You know, we will have to hold a separate trial for the cover-up conspiracy later. But as far as this case goes, I believe we are ready for your ruling.
Objection!
Just before the defendant lost consciousness during her attack, she said she saw someone strike the victim. It's possible that this third party is the true culprit. You still want us to believe the defendant's words? Perhaps you've lost more than your touch during your time abroad. This third person nonsense is nothing but rubbish and
Objection!
But by the same token, how can we trust those who conspired and lied to fool this court of law? For all we know, they might still be hiding something. You never know when to quit, dear. Now, calm down, both of you. In any case, there isn't enough trustworthy information yet for me to render a verdict. I suggest we continue the trial after both sides have investigated the matter further. I decided soon, by the way. I don't know if I said that. Very well, Your Honor. Phew, that was close. I need to stretch a minute. But yeah, we can check out the. I'm probably gonna check out the achievements in game because I think we can do that. After I finished this trial, we are close to finishing. Anyways, so yeah. I'm just gonna wait until this has finished. I genuinely do not know what to ramble about. I'm gonna look for someone to raid while we wait for the ad to end. Ooh, Spacey Tora is live, but we can also raid Adrian's. We haven't raided Adrian's in a while, so we can raid her afterwards. She's playing Alien Isolation, so yeah. Mr. Nicode, as for you and your cohort's attempt to cover up for this crime, your case will be brought to a separate trial following the resolution of this current one. Understood, Your Honor. Well then, this concludes today's trial. Court is adjourned. To be continued. And yeah, that's it for today. That's enough for Ace Attorney for today. Save there. So yeah, we have one more investigation, and then we have the next part of the trial. That is and then what was I gonna say? Then we have a trial that is split into 2 parts. That's what I was gonna say. I said I was gonna try and look through achievements if I could. So let's go back here and then go here. Accolades, that's what they're called. So let's see. For completion, oh yeah, we did that one. Let's see. For being awarded all of the accolades, completion of, talking about time travel, we obviously haven't done that. Learned about Trucy's monthly allowance in episode 3 of Apollo Justice. We need to do that one. I need to do that. I need 2 more for the letters and step letters one. I have to look through that. And I need 2 more for the Charlie one. And then 1 more for the Apollo one. Okay. I check progress. Presented Apollo with fish and Write Anything Agency in the special episode of Dual Destinies. Check progress on that. Examined Charlie in the Write Anything Agency on the 2nd day in episode 2 of the first Apollo Justice. Examined Charlie in the Write Anything Agency on the 2nd day in episode 3 of Apollo Justice. And that's it for that one. And then examine the ladder on the stage on the 1st day in episode 3 of Apollo Justice. Examine the air fan in the Fox chamber in episode 2 of Dual Destinies. Okay, and then I have 4 more accolades. No, 5. Listen to Tracy talk about her allowance in episode 3 of Apollo Justice. So yeah, I have a little bit of ways to go, but I think we can just choose. I think we can just go to each section. So like in each bit of the case. So yeah, you know what, we're not gonna raid anyone today. I learned this going free. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Hope you've enjoyed this stream, and I shall see you guys on Wednesday for more talking about time traveler. You don't know, yeah, we are gonna raid someone actually. We are gonna raid someone. We are actually gonna raid someone. We're gonna go raid Adrian's. So yeah, we're gonna go raid Adrian's, who is playing some Alien Isolation. So yeah, /raid Adrian's Revenge. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this stream. All my socials are in the About Me section and commands on Twitch, so the commands are only active when I have Mix It Up open, which is when I'm usually I have Mix It Up open when I'm live. So yeah. And there'll be my socials will also be in my description on YouTube. So yeah, I shall see you guys on Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. BST GMT, GMT +1 I think. So yeah, bye.